for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Live from Springfield, Missouri, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Hammond Field here in Springfield as tonight Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Springfield Cardinals in the final game of a 5-game series. We're live on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, as well as minorleaguebaseball.com. Phil Elson with you for the ITT Tech pregame show as the Travs try to end the losing streak, which is stretched to 6 games by virtue of losing 2-0 yesterday. 3 Springfield pitchers combining on a 2-hit shutout, with Mike McCoy striking out a franchise record 10 batters in 7 innings. Rich Scalamandri pitched the 8th and picked up the win, while Mark Morrell shut down the Travs in order in the 9th inning. The last 14 Arkansas batters went down. The Travelers right-hander Jesse Smith had a fine start, limiting the Cardinals to no runs over 6 2/3 innings. Did walk a season-high 7, but did not allow that run. The Cardinals yesterday stranded 13 men, but they were the 2 runs that came home in the 8th inning that made the difference. Josh Presley's pinch hit RBI ground out was the winner, and then the added RBI by Jarrett Hoffpauir proved to be not too much of a difference as the Travs lose for the 6th consecutive time. Meanwhile, Springfield tied the Tulsa Drillers for first place in the Texas League North by virtue of the Drillers' loss to the Wichita Wranglers yesterday by a final score of 5-4. But this afternoon, the Drillers and Wranglers wrapped up their series with Tulsa winning by a final score of 4-0. And so at the start of this ball game, Springfield is a half game behind the Drillers in the Texas League North with 4 games to go after this one. Now, the Travelers, meanwhile, just trying to get back on the winning foot after winning the first 2 games of this road trip at Tulsa. Arkansas's offense has gone silent during the last 6 games, where they have scored only 9 runs, losing all 6 of them, and trying to get back in the win column today against a team in the Springfield Cardinals that have handled Arkansas very well this year. Springfield a record of 10-3 against the Arkansas Travelers. A look at our pitching matchup. Right-hander Nick Green toes the rubber for his 3rd start with Arkansas. He is still in the starting rotation in place of James Holcomb, who continues to rest his sore lower back. Meanwhile, Rich Rundles will take the hill for the Cardinals. Rundles making his 12th start, 14th appearance overall. He has a record of 5-4 with a .426 earned run average. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon here in Springfield, and we thank you for tuning in to the ITT Tech pregame show. ITT Tech is a place where you can improve your future through education, and you can prepare right now at ITT Technical Institute in Little Rock. For details, go to www.itt-tech.edu. Coming up next on the pregame show, we'll check out last night's scores in the Texas League, set the schedule and the standings right after this on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use as directed.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back on the ITT Tech pregame show here at Springfield's Hammond Field. Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, and MinorLeagueBaseball.com. Well, yesterday in the Texas League, this is what happened. The Frisco Rough Riders down Midland by a 4-2 final score. And the San Antonio Missions ended Corpus Christi's winning streak at 7 in a row, beating the Hooks by an 8-1 final. And that means that the Hooks had to wait till today until having a chance to clinch the first half title in the South Division. Mentioned earlier, Wichita beat Tulsa by a 5-4 final score. And so that knocked Tulsa from their perch in first place to a tie with the Cardinals heading into today's action. The two Texas League games are already finished. Midland beat Frisco 3-1, and by virtue of that game, Corpus Christi wins the Texas League South Division. The Frisco Rough Riders at 34-32, Midland at 34-32 as well. They're both 5 games out with 4 games remaining, and so Corpus Christi has cinched the first half title in the South Division. So their final 4 games, which will be taking place against the Midland Rockhounds, will not have any bearing on the standings. So congratulations to the Corpus Christi Hooks, who win the South Division first half title and will host the first 2 games of the West Division playoffs in September. That'll be September the 6th and the 7th at Whataburger Field. Later tonight in the Texas League, you'll have the San Antonio Missions battling Corpus Christi. Ryan Fearbend will take them out for the Missions. It'll be Jim Miller pitching for Corpus Christi. A little bit of an update on that game at Tulsa, where the Drillers shut out Wichita 4-0. Ubaldo Jimenez picked up the win. His league-leading 8th of the season lowered his ERA to 2.63, which would rank second in the league. And that was the final start for Jimenez here in the first half of the season. And so the Cardinals, who will not have to go up against Jimenez during the final 4-game series, as the Drillers will go with the other 4 pitchers that they have in their rotation, which not a very good sign for the Drillers, being that Jimenez has a record of 8-2 and has really been dominant, certainly against the Travelers, but also against a couple of the other Texas League teams. But that also means that Jimenez is a good bet to be the starting pitcher for the North Division All-Star squad at the Texas League All-Star game at Raywinder Field just 6 days from now, Tuesday, June the 20th. Sung Song took the loss for Wichita, falling to 4-7, and we'll also see Song in the All-Star game. Joe Gaetti, a home run for the Drillers. It was his 7th of the year. And again, Corpus Christi with Midland beating Frisco earlier this afternoon, 3-1. Corpus Christi Hooks make it to the playoffs in just their 2nd year of existence in the Texas League. That's a look at the Texas League update, and we'll keep you updated on that San Antonio Corpus Christi game as we get throughout the Travelers Cardinals ball game tonight. But for now, we'll take a break, come back on the ITT Tech pregame show with a sit-down chat with Traveler manager Tyrone Boykin here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because 2 great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
No, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Quitting smoking is hard, and it's even harder to do it alone. The good news is there is help. Just call the SOS Quit line, 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the information and program you need to get free of tobacco. And the service is free, too. Try it. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and start to get free. I promise, it's a great feeling. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call today.
Think of us like a thinking person's voter's guide. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXC, North Little Rock.
Back here at Hammons Field on the ITT Technical Institute pregame show, sitting in the manager's office with Travelers skipper Tyrone Boykin. Ty, 6-game losing streak, but trying to focus on the positives, especially the last couple of days. You've had outstanding performances by your starting pitchers. Unfortunately, the offense hasn't been able to back up their performances, but Chris Hunter and Jesse Smith, not only did they give you strong innings, but they battled through some tough innings and left a lot of guys on base. I guess that says a lot about their mentality out there on the hill.
Well, these guys have worked hard. I mean, Jesse Smith, he's a bulldog. He takes the ball and, he throws strikes, he gets outs. I mean, he gave us 6 2/3 strong, solid innings last night. Chris Hunter goes night before and gives us a great outing after a 5-inning performance, and before that, didn't get out of the first inning at home. These guys take a lot of pride in what they're trying to accomplish. They don't want to go out there and give up a lot of runs. They don't want to go out there and embarrass themselves and have to be pulled out in the first inning. I mean, things happen, but for the most part, we've got a pretty good collection of starting pitchers that can get outs, can throw strikes, and make the guys put the ball in play, and we make plays behind them. The offense the last couple of nights, 2 hits last night. I mean, we're struggling a little bit. The main thing for me is when you're not hitting the ball well, when you're not scoring a lot of runs, you definitely have to make sure and execute, whether it's a bunt, hit and run, or last night we had bases loaded, 1 out in the 5th inning, and we don't score. I mean, to me, we score a couple runs right there. I think we win that game, but we don't score them, and then they come back in the 8th inning and execute a perfect hit and run. First and third, 2 outs. They pinch hit Presley. He's got 2 strikes on him. He puts the ball in play. He gets out, but they score a run. I mean, it's all about execution. And when you're not hitting the ball well, when you're not scoring a lot of runs, you definitely have to execute.
Yesterday, Mike Parisi struck out 10 Travs in 7 innings. What was so effective that he was throwing yesterday that the team seemed to have some trouble with?
Well, he was throwing 3 pitches for strikes. Early on, I think the guy said it was a little tough to see. Even their third baseman, Washington, he made a comment to me about it being a little tough to see the first 3-4 innings. But Parisi, he mixes pitches very well. He was able to throw his fastball, his curveball, and slider all for strikes. And just like Jimenez and Tulsa, when you're able to do that, you're going to be effective, and that's what made him so effective last night.
Todd, tonight you've got Nick Green going on the hill for his 3rd Double-A start. He's given you a couple of decent outings, won a game, lost a game, but in the last time he pitched, he went up against Ubaldo Jimenez, who's throwing the ball very well. Right now, Green is still taking the spot of James Holcomb in the starting rotation. There was some talk that maybe Holcomb might return for this start, but he's still on the disabled list. How's James doing? How's his back progressed? Do you think he'll be ready to take the ball in the second half?
James is fine. His back is going along real well. He doesn't have any pain. He's been long tossing without any pain or discomfort. He's scheduled to come off the disabled list tomorrow. I'm pretty sure he's ready to come off. The question is, we don't have room for him right now. So what do we want to do? I know Ken Patterson's been talking to Keith Comstock about some different options. I've talked to Comstock about some things. So I think what may happen is we may just have to wait until we get going the second half before we activate Holcomb and kind of make a move here or there. I do know that the organization wants Holcomb to throw to a few hitters when we get home just to see that he's okay and to make sure everything is fine. Usually when a guy's on a disabled list like Holcomb is now, like Zimmerman was, before you put him into game activity, you want him to throw to a couple of your hitters just to see, how the ball's coming out of their hand, to see how they're going to respond the next day after not throwing for a couple of days. Because once you get out there in a game mode, I mean, your adrenaline takes over. And most of the time, you're not even thinking about the injury. You're throwing the ball and trying to get a feel for where you were before. So with that being said, you take the next 2 days to see how your body responds to that, and if everything is fine, he'll be activated, and chances are he'll, of course, be back in the rotation. We just have to figure out what we want to do as a ball club and an organization.
I mentioned Bobby Zimmerman came off the disabled list a couple of days ago. Hadn't used him yet over the last couple of days, but I guess that's a nice boost to have Bobby back in the bullpen. And I'm kind of wondering, the first few games that he pitched for the Travs before going on the disabled list, maybe that back was bothering him and he wasn't really up to par. Do you think that would be a fair assessment?
I think so. When you look at Jim, I mean, he's a competitor. He goes out there and he gives 100%. With him, what we're trying to do is just kind of get him back into the flow of things. I was actually looking to use him last night if we had tied the game up there in the ninth inning. And I think tonight, he may be probably the first or second guy up, depending on how the game is and the situation of the game. But I'm definitely looking for him to have a good second half. I mean, I had Jim all of last year, and I saw a lot of good things out of him. Early on, I think there was some discomfort that limited him a little bit, and I think now, now that the discomfort is gone, and he's ready to get out there going, I think he's going to be fine.
Ty, as always, thanks very much.
My pleasure.
We'll be giving Ty a gift certificate to Shorty Smalls, located in Little Rock, North Little Rock, and Conway for his time here on the pregame show. Be right back after this with more on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back to Springfield as the Cardinals have taken their positions, and we're about to have the national anthem performed here, and we'll turn that crowd microphone up. After the national anthem, we'll have the starting lineups for you for the Travelers and the Cardinals. The final game of a 5-game series, and the Cardinals going for the 5-game sweep. Travs is trying to end a 6-game losing streak before returning home to Little Rock for tomorrow. Here's the Star Spangled Banner. to the starting lineup. We'll begin with the homestanding Springfield Cardinals with a record of 37-26. Currently a half game in back of the Tulsa Drillers for first place in the North Division. There are only 4 games left after this one. Leading off is Mike McCoy, starting at shortstop. Batting second, center fielder Reid Gorecki. In the 3-hole is first baseman Juan Richardson, while Rico Washington handles the cleanup duties and plays third base. Batting fifth is right fielder Terry Evans. Josh Presley in the 6th hole is the Cardinal DH. Batting 7th and playing left field, Nick Stavinoha. Batting 8th is the catcher Dan Moylan, and rounding out the Cardinals starting 9, second baseman Jarrett Hoffpauir. That's the starting lineup for the Cardinals, as written in by manager Chris Maloney. The Travelers in last place at 21-43, 16.5 games behind the Cardinals. Dwayne Bacon will be leading off today. He is in center field. Batting second and starting at shortstop tonight, Devin Day. That'll give Brandon Wood a night off at short, but Wood is the designated hitter, and Brandon batting in the 3-hole as usual. Handling the cleanup duties is third baseman Matt Brown. Batting 5th, right fielder Matt Pauley. Bobby Wilson, the starting catcher, batting 6th, with Greg Porter back at first base, hitting in the 7th spot. Batting 8th, and in left field, David Gates. And Eric Rodlin rounds out Arkansas' starting 9, and Rodlin playing at second base. Rodlin moved down from number 2 spot to the 9-hole in a slump during this road trip that has taken him to only 3 hits in 31 at-bats. On the mound for the Travelers, Nick Green. It'll be Green's 3rd Double-A start. He's gone 1-1 with a 4.97 ERA at Double-A Texas League. Meanwhile, at Rancho Cucamonga, Green in 11 starts had a 5-3 record with a 4.15 ERA. And the Travelers are taking their swings tonight against Rich Rundles. Rundles making his 14th appearance and his 13th as a starting pitcher. A 5-4 record. His ERA at 4.26. He has allowed 81 base hits in 76 innings worked, 9 homers, 26 walks, 41 strikeouts, and the league batting .274 against him. Dwayne Bacon leads things off for the Travs, and Rundles delivers a pitch outside. 7-11 first pitch here at Springfield and 81 degrees. Another cool, comfortable evening here in the Ozark Plateau. 1-0 to Bacon, who bats from the right side against the southpaw. The next pitch hit past the mound slowly. Shortstop Mike McCoy gloves it. Charging towards second base. His throw is just in time to get Bacon by maybe a quarter of a step. 1 away, and McCoy showing, as he has all series, very good range when moving to his left. 1 out on a 2-pitch at-bat. Bacon now 3 for 20 in this road trip. And here's Devin Day standing in, starting at shortstop for the 2nd time this year. It's only the 2nd game this season, actually the 3rd game this year, that Brandon Wood does not start at shortstop for the Travs, as Wood is the DH, and Day will bat second today. Here's a pitch to Devin, and he takes high for ball 1. We last saw Devin Saturday night in the loss to the Cardinals, where Day was one of 3 Travelers to hit a home run in the 7th inning, and it was his first of the year. And the 1-0 pitch is fouled back by the right-handed batter. 1 ball, 1 strike on Devin Day. Day playing in his 18th game with the Travelers, and as we know, he's been playing at a number of positions for Arkansas. I mentioned it's his 2nd start at shortstop. He's also started at 2nd, 3rd, 2 positions in the outfield. The 1-1 is flat foul on the right side. It goes into the box seats. 1-2 on Devin Day. No one on, 1 out. Brandon Wood on deck as we're just underway here at Hammons Field. Rich Rundles, in his first year with the Cardinals organization, tall left-hander, hailing from Livingston, Alabama. Day steps out of the box. Rundles taking a long look for the sign. Rundles pitches from the third base side of the rubber with the ball in the glove as he gets the sign from Dan Moylan. Here's the windup. And the 1-2. Day swings and misses on a curveball, and is the first strikeout victim in today's ball game. For Rundles, strikeout number 42, coming in 76 and now 2/3 innings pitched. I mentioned first year was the Cardinals organization. He was selected in the 3rd round by Boston in 1999 and traded to the then Expos at the trading deadline in 2001. Here's Brandon Wood, and Rundles delivers low and outside ball 1. Last year, Rundles was 6-13 with the Nationals AA club in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, with a 4.18 earned run average. A 1-0 to Wood. It was over the outside corner for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. on the Travelers shortstop. Wood, 1 for 4, striking out twice last night, but he has had a hit in every game in the series. Here's a 1-1 pitch. He swings and hits it up the middle. It'll go into center for a 2-out single. Well, Rundles trying to get in on the 5th with a fastball, and Wood had to hit that ball. It was inside. It was not going to be a strike. It would have been inside at the knees. And he just drops the bat head right down on it and somehow lines it right past the mound. And so for Wood, his 9th base hit of the road trip will bring up Matt Brown. Brown 0 for 4 last night, striking out in his final 2 at-bats, lowered his average on the year to 280. Wood now just a shade above 290 with that 2-out single. Stretch by Rundles. He'll deliver the pitch, and it's outside for ball 1. Defensively behind Rundles, it's Nick Stavinoha in left field. He leads the Cards with 6 outfield assists. Reid Gorecki in center, and Terry Evans in right. Rico Washington, the third baseman. McCoy at short. Jarrett Hoffpauir at second, and Juan Richardson at first. Dan Moylan doing the catching today. It's his first start catching since early April. A 1-0 to Brown. Missed a little bit inside, and it's a 2-0 count. Jeff Macias, the plate umpire. Jason Blackburn at third base, and John Brammer calling the outs at first. Blackburn is a local umpire and was part of the replacement crews during the first couple of months of the year during the minor league umpire strike. A 2-0 count to Brown. Rundles delivers from the stretch, and Brown takes ball 3 way up high. So Rundles a control pitcher. He's walked 26 batters in 76 innings this year. 6 of those walks came in one start. A 5-3 loss at Midland, where Rundles lasted just 4 2/3 innings. And 3-0 on Brown. And the pitch. A fastball on the inside corner, strike 1. Brown dropped the bat and started to walk to first. And he'll come back and get another pitch. On deck, Matt Pauley. Trav's trying to jumpstart the offense. They've only collected 22 base hits in this series at Springfield. Batting average at 177. A stretch by the lefty, and his pitch to Brown is a little dribbler out towards the mound. Backhand by Rundles on the left side. He'll flip to first, and that'll retire Brown to end the first inning. So the Travs get a 2-out single by Brandon Wood and leave him at first. That'll take us to the bottom of the first. Nick Green takes them out for the Arkansas Travelers against Springfield. We'll have Green's first pitch coming up next on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
In 1998, New York City marathon runner German Silva made a huge mistake. 1/2 mile from the finish line, he took a wrong turn. When he heard yells from the crowd and saw the looks on their faces, he realized his mistake. He immediately turned around, but the error cost him a crucial 15 seconds. His only hope for winning now was to sprint to make up for lost distance. Did he have the energy? Could he do it? He later said, "Too much work had gone into this race. I had to fight it out." He was able to make up the lost distance and finish first in his division, but only because he refused to allow a wrong turn to knock him out of his quest for the prize. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. You know, there are times in life when we make a wrong turn, but when we discover that it was a wrong turn, the wise person changes direction.
Cotton candy here. Get your cod. Any peanuts? No. Hot dog. Slushies. Nada. Camel corn? No. Can I get something other than cotton candy? Pink of blue, mister. Pink of blue.
Variety is a good thing, especially when it comes to orthopedic services. That's why Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas provides the most comprehensive orthopedic care the state has to offer. From outpatient procedures to rehabilitation and prevention. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Healthline at 227-8478 and get back to the things you love.
Actually, I do have peanuts. Really? Nah, just kidding.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Nick Green has completed his warm-up, and the young Traveler right-hander is set to go for his first start against the Springfield Cardinals. Looking at Green, standing 6'4", weighs 200 pounds, from Tifton, Georgia. He's 21 years old. And one of the youngest members of the ball club, Miguel González, is older than Green by 3 months. Here's Mike McCoy leading off. Green, a right-hander from the windup, fires a fastball for strike one on the inside corner. Green had a decent start last time out, but still lost to the Tulsa Drillers. 0-1 to McCoy, misses outside, 1-1. Green came to the Travs after making 11 starts at the California League. A 1-1 pitch to McCoy, and pops it up on the infield. Right side, close to the plate. Bobby Wilson wants that one, drops his mask, and McCoy almost tripped on it. And Wilson makes the catch in front of the plate for out number one. Wilson took a look over at McCoy, almost as if to say, hey, sorry about that. Really, it's the runner's job to stay away from the catcher's equipment. And that'll bring up Reid Gorecki. While with the Quakes, Green showed some signs of brilliance. 5-3 record and a 4.15 ERA through a complete game. With Arkansas, he's been solid. Here's a pitch to Gorecki. The right-hand slugger takes a fastball for strike one. Hitting .255, Gorecki is one of three Cardinal batters with 13 homers, and they're all batting 2, 3, and 4. Here's a 0-1 pitch. Gorecki takes a changeup outside. See a lot of changes from Nick Green. He relies on that for the out pitch. He'll also throw a curveball. And the fastball coming in the mid to high 80s. 1-1 delivery. A swing and a miss on a fastball by him and registered 90 miles an hour on the AT&T Yahoo radar gun. 1-2 on Gorecki with Juan Richardson on deck. Here's the leg kick and the pitch. And it's fouled back. Gorecki a late swing. With Arkansas, Green won his Double-A debut, beating Midland 10-8. 7 very solid innings, holding the Rockhounds to 3 runs on 6 hits. Here's the windup of the 1-2. Caught him looking on the outside corner with a fastball for strike three. So 2 quick outs for Green. He lost his last start 5-0 to the Tulsa Drillers and Ubaldo Jimenez. But Green could have gone 9 innings and allowed 1 run and wouldn't have made a difference. Ubaldo Jimenez was just dominating, shutting out the Travs on 3 base hits. Struck out 10. Here's Richardson, and Green delivers. Fastball swing and a miss. Strike one. Richardson coming out of his shoes. Going at that pitch, which was just a little bit above the letters. It was a decent place to put a fastball against a power hitter such as Richardson, who's blasted 13 long balls. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a line drive, base hit into left field. Right past Devin Day, who had no play on it. Richardson singles with 2 outs, just as Brandon Wood did in the top of the first. That's the 5th base hit of the series for Juan Richardson, who entered the game batting .307. And now the reserve all-star infielder Rico Washington stands in. Washington's actually been somewhat quiet in this series, considering that he pounded Arkansas over the first couple of months. He's still hitting .389 against the Travs with 11 RBIs, but hasn't been the linchpin of the offense. Green delivers a slider inside for ball one. Washington yesterday 1 for 3. He's 4 for 14 in the series with just 2 RBIs, coming on 1 swing of the bat, a 2-run homer a couple of days ago. Here's the 1-0 to the lefty, and he takes a fastball inside ball 2. 2-0 count on Washington. This is a dangerous count against him because Washington usually will sit on a fastball on a 2-0 count. Let's see if Green gives into him. Richardson at first, short lead. He won't go anywhere. Here's the pitch, and the fastball was outside, close to the corner, ball 3. 327 average for Rico Washington, ranking 3rd in the league. 13 homers, tie him for 4th. 54 RBIs, tie him for 1st. 3-0 pitch. He swings. It's a pop-up, shallow center, tough play. Bacon coming in. Day going out. It falls in between them. On to third goes Richardson on a bloop single by Rico Washington. Well, Day was the closest to that ball, and he and Bacon did not really communicate at all as to who was going to really go after that one. So Day apparently took it upon himself to sprint out for that as Bacon tried to charge in at the very last second, but neither could get to it. And with Richardson running as soon as the ball was hit, he had third base with no problem. So Washington swings at a 3-0 pitch, pops it up, and gets a single out of it. That'll tell you how things have gone for the Travelers during this road trip, where they've lost their last 6. Here comes Terry Evans. playing in his 6th AA game. And boy, what a 5-game stint it's been for Evans. He is 9 for 19 since coming up from Palm Beach with 4 homers and 12 RBI. The pitch from Green. Got it over the outside corner. Fastball to get ahead with a strike. And it's 0-1. Evans, even felt like he was slowed down yesterday, going 2 for 4 with a double and a stolen base. He homered twice on Saturday and twice on Sunday. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Strike 2. It seems that Evans may be susceptible to good off-speed pitches. The Travs haven't been able to get a fastball by him at all, but his swings and misses have come on slower pitches that have some movement to it. He's choking up now on an 0-2 count. The pitch from Green is a fastball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that'll end the first inning on a 3-pitch strikeout of the hottest hitter on the Cardinals roster. So the Cardinals threaten but fail to score, leaving 2 men on the corners. That'll take us to the top of the second. 0-0 here in Springfield. On Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in Central, North Central, and Northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what to do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone, nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Top of the second inning here at Springfield as the Travelers and the Cardinals each had a 2-out situation with the men on base but could not bring them home. Matt Pauley leads off for Arkansas against Rich Rundles, 5, 6, and 7 batters. So Pauley, Bobby Wilson, and Greg Porter will bat. This is the first lefty versus lefty spot for Rundles. He'll wind up and fire a fastball for strike 1. Pauley, 2 for 14 in the series, has 1 hit, a homer, coming in Sunday's loss. The 0-1 from Rundle is a fastball, and it's looped towards shortstop. Can of corn. Mike McCoy is there for the catch. And Pauley is out number 1 to bring up Bobby Wilson. Speaking of lefties, Rundle holds left-handers to a .250 batting average. There's one Traveler lefty that has hit him very well this year, but he is not in the lineup. Jason Espito has homered twice against Rich Rundles and is not in today's lineup. Instead, David Gates supplants him in the outfield. Here's Wilson, and the pitch is inside for ball 1. Wilson 0 for 4, striking out twice last night. His average under 300 for the first time in a while at 297. The 1-0 outside and high from Rundles, ball 2. 2-0 count with Greg Porter on deck. Wilson is at 3 homers, driven in 24. And here's the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a line drive up the middle. It bounces next to second and into center field. 1-out single for Bobby Wilson. And it's his 4th base hit of the series to bring up Greg Porter. Rundles, not an overpowering pitcher. Fastball mid to high 80s. Throws a changeup. And he'll flip a curveball up there every once in a while. A lot of sinkers from Rundles, and his plan of attack is to keep it low in the strike zone and get a lot of ground balls. Greg Porter stands in. 1 for 9 in the series. Left-hand batter, and Rundles ready. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Threw that breaking ball, and it's a little bit away from Porter's bat, just enough for him to miss it. 0-1. Porter's average at .283 with 7 home runs, driven in 29, and he also has homered against Rundles this year. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and the slider dove under the knees of Porter for a ball. 1-1. Travs saw Rundles May 19th, a wild game at Ray Winder Field, where the Travs built a little bit of a lead off Rundles. Watched it dwindle down and went into the 9th inning trailing by 4. The 1-1, and it's outside the Porter ball 2. Porter hit 2 home runs in that game. The final one was a walk-off grand slam. Rundles got a no decision in the 6th inning performance where he gave up 5 runs on 8 base hits. A 2-1 to Porter. Swing and a fly ball hit it to left center. Very high, not deep. Gorecki settles underneath it and reaches up to make the catch for out number 2. So Porter's second out. That'll bring up Gates. The 8th batting Gates got his average above the Mendoza line, hitting .202. 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. And Gates starting in the outfield today. We've seen Gator recently more or less a designated hitter. The Gates only 4 for 39 as a DH, whereas when he starts in the outfield, he bats a respectable .253 with 3 home runs. Right-hand batter, and Rundles ready to go. Here's the pitch. Gates swings, hits it hard, and through the left side, down the line. Over towards third base going Bobby Wilson, and the left fielder Stavinoha fires to the infield, keeping Wilson at third on a double by David Gates that sets up Eric Rodland for a 2 RBI situation. So Gates sees that first pitch fastball that he always likes and drills a double past the third baseman Washington. So Eric Rodland stands in, and out of all the Travs that have had a tough road trip, Rodland at the top of the list. Eric batting 3 for 31 during this trip, a .097 batting average. His season average has gone down to .289. And here's a chance for him to break that slide and put the Travelers ahead in the 2nd inning. The stretch from Rundles and the pitch. A little up high, ball 1. Rodland yesterday 0 for 4. 1 for 16 in the series with 1 RBI coming on a sacrifice fly. Good leads by the runners on the 1-0 pitch. Swing is off of Rundles towards second base. Hoffpauir has a play, and his throw retires Rodland. Ain't that just how things are going for Eric Rodland these days? A hard, solid line drive that hit Rundles' backside, and it ricocheted directly to the second baseman Hoffpauir for your routine 1-4-3 putout. And the Travelers get nothing in the 2nd inning. No runs, 2 base hits, 2 men stranded in scoring position. Taking us to the bottom of the 2nd inning, 0-0 our score on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid's. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donaghy Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perelman, Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Not many breaks for the Travs these days. Eric Rodland's solid line drive hit off the pitcher, ricocheting to the second baseman, leaving two men aboard. And maybe the hardest hit ball of the early evening. So still a 0-0 ball game at the bottom of the second inning now. And Nick Green fires a strike to Josh Presley, getting ahead of the big left-hand batter 0-1. Six-hitting Presley ready, and here's an 0-1 pitch from the windup. Change-up, held on to it not long enough. Outside, 1-1. Presley hitting .271, 2 homers, 14 RBIs, and knocked in the game winner yesterday with the Cardinals with a pinch hit ground out. Goes after a changeup, pops it back this way over the screen. It settles into the box seats, and it's strike 2 on Presley. Presley had pinch hit for Dan Moylan in the 8th inning yesterday after Iker Franco and Nick Stavinoha each had singled to start the inning, and a little bounce out to first base brought home Franco from third. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Green has struck out his third batter. Catching Presley a little late with a fastball. One away in the second to bring up Nick Stavinoha. This is a very big game as far as the Texas League standings are concerned, with the Drillers beating Wichita earlier today. The Drillers a half game in front of the Cardinals for first place, but in order for Tulsa to win the first half title, they'll have to finish ahead of Springfield. Pitch to Stavinoha. Fastball for a strike, 0-1. If the Cardinals and the Drillers tie for first place, then the Cardinals win the first and the second tiebreaker. Here's the 0-1. In the dirt to the right-hand batting Stavinoha, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cardinals actually playing 2 less games than the Drillers because of rainouts here at home that will not be made up. And 1-1 to Stavinoha. The fastball at the knees, called strike 2. So because of those 2 games that the Cardinals don't have to make up, their winning percentage is 2 points higher than the Drillers. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled back. Stavinoha chased a high fastball, and it's still a ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on, 1 man out. Bottom of the second, a 0-0 score. Plus, the Drillers have beaten Springfield 8 times in 10 games. Here's Green's 1-2. Check swing, and it hits Stavinoha on his bat, on the handle of the bat. Green threw a fastball trying to bear inside on the righty. Stavinoha went down to a knee on the check swing, and it looked like it may have hit his elbow, but the plate umpire, Macias, immediately pointed at the bat and said foul ball. So if the Travelers win today, here's the 2-2. Backed him off inside, and it's a 3-2 count. And that would knock the Cardinals to a full game behind the Drillers with 4 games left, meaning that Tulsa would just need to win 2 of 4 for the first half title. Foul ball by Stavinoha over first. It goes into the box seat. Still a full count. But if the Cardinals beat the Travs today, then Springfield will remain tied with the Drillers, meaning that the Cardinals would just need to split the 4-game series to win their first playoff crown. Here's a 3-2. Fastball inside. Well, that was a 2-2 pitch. Now it's 3-2. Again, making problems relying on the scoreboard here in Springfield. Payoff pitch. That's fouled in the air over the plate. And it gets into the second level underneath the press box. Still 3-2 on Stavinoha. So I guess in this case, we've got the Drillers rooting for Arkansas today. 3-2 pitch. Check swing, foul ball. Stavinoha helped Green out with that. Check swing on a pitch that was low. And it's the second check swing foul ball. Stavinoha still bringing that back close to the plate on the check swing. Wind up. Green rears back. Feels a fastball. Stavinoha hits it high in the air to center field towards left center now. Bacon circles underneath it and puts it away for out number 2. Well, Green had to work hard for that out. 9 pitches to Stavinoha. does record the second out of the inning, and here's Dan Moylan. Saw Moylan play yesterday, his first game off the disabled list since April the 17th. Pitch to the lefty. Fastball, strike at the letters. Moylan was 0 for 2 and pinch hit for in his last at-bat. Green's 0-1. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Strike 2. I tell you, Nick Green's got a very nice off-speed pitch. Well, Moylan 4 for 9 in his short time in the league this year. Just his 6th game. The 0-2 is that changeup, but outside, and Moylan lays off ball 1. Nobody on, 2 men out, nothing. Bottom of the second. Green trying for his 4th strikeout. The pitch. Fastball high and outside, 2-2. Nick is working quickly. He just gets the ball, gets the sign. And he goes into the windup again, and here's the 2-2. Moylan swings and misses at the changeup. It was blocked in the dirt by Wilson. Calmly steps in front of the plate, flips to first, and that'll retire the side in order. Nick Green, 4 strikeouts in 2 innings with only 2 base hits allowed. So that'll take us into the third. 0-0 with the Travelers and the Cardinals on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
I'm an aviation ordnanceman, 2nd class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside, and not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
of the third inning and a 1-0 Travelers lead. Nick Green working against Jarrett Hoffpauir, and he fires low and outside for a strike. 0-1. Travelers 1, Cardinals 0, bottom 3. Green's 0-1 pitch is popped out of play down the right side for a strike, and it's 1-2. Hoffpauir, McCoy, and Gorecki will bat here in the third inning. Wind up and the 0-2 to Hoffpauir. Hit in the air to left field, high, not deep. Going back gate in front of the warning track. He'll make the catch, route number 1. Mike McCoy comes up next. Here comes McCoy, who fouled out to the catcher in the first inning. Green delivers from the windup, and it's sliced up the middle into center field. A one-hop second base. And a single for Mike McCoy as the Cardinals have their pesky shortstop aboard. Reid Gorecki comes up next for the Cardinals. The third base hit off of Nick Green. All 3 are singles. Previous 2 hits came back-to-back in the first inning with 2 outs. Gorecki comes up to the plate, takes the pitch low and outside, ball 1. Gorecki was called out on strikes in the first inning. There's a toss over to first base. McCoy is back. 1-0 Travs. They take the lead on the RBI double by Matt Brown. A 1-0 to Gorecki. They're going to pop up back this way, and it's out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Juan Richardson on deck. McCoy has stolen 3 bases in 3 tries this series. The Cardinals a perfect 9 for 9 in stolen base attempts. There's a 1-1 pitch out, and McCoy holds. The Cardinals have been getting great jumps against the Traveler pitchers. It's been a frustrating series throwing-wise for Bobby Wilson, even though he's put a few very good throws right on the base. Hasn't been able to get any outs. 2-1 pitch. Gorecki takes another ball low and outside. Ball 3. Gorecki will be patient. Walked 4 times last night. 3-1. He swings, fouls it back. He got a fastball to hit up around the letters, right in Gorecki's wheelhouse, and Green got away with it. 3-2 on Gorecki. Gorecki only 2 hits in this series. He's 2 for 14. Stands tall in the batter's box, elbow pointed back of the plate umpire. Time called, and a balk has been called as well. Green balks, moving McCoy to second base. Looked like Nick was a little bit shifty as he came into the stretch. Didn't quite tell what move. 3-2 to Gorecki. Caught him looking again on the outside corner. Strike 3. Same pitch that Gorecki looked at for a third strike 2 innings ago. That is strikeout number 5 for Nick Green to bring up Juan Richardson. Richardson singled in the first inning and was stranded at third. Nothing Travs, the lead in jeopardy with McCoy at second and one of the top run producers for Springfield batting. Pitch to Richardson. Inside a little bit, ball 1. Richardson has driven in 4 runs this series. Although he didn't collect a hit or an RBI yesterday, he has collected 4 RBIs with a couple of homers and a 2-run single.
The 1-0 pitch. He swings and misses at the green curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Richardson, 37 RBIs, not amongst the top 5, but he would be in the top 10 if a top 10 was kept. Richardson, a late arrival onto the Springfield roster. 1-1, swinging a pop-up down the right field line. Matt Pauley chasing it over to the home bullpen, but it bounces in front of the bullpen, off the railing. It is foul, and it's strike 2 on Richardson. Green seems to be surprising this Cardinal ball club with the velocity that he sports on the fastball. Nick doesn't have an imposing figure, 6'4", but he's very slim, long legs, long arms. He gets some leverage when he throws the heater. Into the stretch he goes, and the 1-2. Richardson swings and pulls it foul on the ground. In green, you're getting a quiet, respectful 21-year-old kid from Tifton, Georgia, who got up here to Double-A probably before a lot of people would have thought. He's just a 35th round draft pick. The 1-2. Fouled straight back. And he challenged Richardson that time with a fastball. Green signed out of Darton College in Albany, Georgia, as a 35th round pick of the Angels in the 2004 draft. McCoy, very shifty at second, about a third of the way to third base, jumping back and forth, forcing Green off the rubber. 1-0 Travs. Bottom 3, 2 outs. McCoy at second. Rodland backing away now. And the pitch to Richardson. Swinging a curveball foul down the left side. On the ground, it bounces past Chris Maloney, and it's still 1-2. Angels hadn't quite figured out where they were going to put Green, whether he was going to be a reliever or a starter until this year. Last season, 8 starts at single-A Cedar Rapids, but also came out of the bullpen for 18 other games. Here's the 1-2. No, he'll turn to second base instead of throwing to the plate. Very mindful of McCoy at second, who isn't just a gutsy ball player, but he's an annoyance to pitchers. Green gets a good look at the runner. Now the pitch. Up high, missing with a fastball. Green was 3-3 at Cedar Rapids last season with a .358 earned run average. Got the call to Double-A to start this year. Decent record in the hitters league. .415 ERA in the California League. 2-2 pitch. Down and outside. Fastball just off the plate, and the count goes full with Rico Washington on deck. Richardson stands back in. And the pitch. Fouled straight back again. 9 pitches between Green and Richardson. Second batter, the Green has had to go to 9 pitches again. Here's a kick on the 3-2. Swinging a hard grounder up the middle into center field, a base hit. McCoy comes around third, and Bateman's throw to the plate will be cut off. And the Cardinals tie the game on the Juan Richardson 2-out single. Great at-bat by Richardson. Fouled off 5 different offerings from Nick Green. And Green had no choice but to come with at least a pitch to challenge the batter with. And Richardson wins that battle. RBI number 38 for Richardson, and his 5th of the series. Now Springfield third baseman Rico Washington stands in. First pitch swinging. Pop-up. Shot short right field. Eric Rodland giving way to Devin Day. Day makes the catch a few steps in the shallow right center, and that'll end the third inning. For the Cardinals in the inning, 1 run on 2 base hits. They strand a man. Going into the top of the 4th, it's a 1-1 tie with the Travelers and the Cardinals on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California
morning sun. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a burrito in every
Most Doritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has two convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Park Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Three innings in the scorebook here at Hammond Field in Springfield. The Travelers and the Cardinals tied 1-1. And your totals for Arkansas: 1 run, 5 hits, no errors, stranding 4. For the Cardinals, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error, stranding 1. Bobby Wilson leads off the 4th with a hard chopper foul down the third base side of the infield, strike 1. The Traveler run coming in the top of the 3rd inning on a Matt Brown RBI double with 2 outs. He scored Devin Day. And the Cardinal run coming on Juan Richardson's RBI single, also with 2 outs. So 0-1 pitch. Wilson will jackknife out of the way, and it's 1-1. Rundles in 3 innings has struck out 2 batters, walked none. On the 5 hits, 2 of them doubles, 3 singles. The 1-1 to Wilson. He swings late, chops it foul down the right side as it skips past Keith Johnson. It goes into the 3rd row, where an eager fan spears it with a bare hand. 1-2 to count. Wilson singled in the 2nd and is 4 for 13 in the series. Rundles delivers a 1-2. Wilson fouls it into the Arkansas dugout, leaning over the plate on a curveball. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Greg Porter and David Gates also due to that against Rich Rundles. The leg kick, the 1-2. Wilson hits it hard and through the left side of the infield. A leadoff single for Bobby Wilson will bring up Greg Porter. Wilson down to the count, 1-2. Rundles came with another breaking pitch, and Bobby was ready for that one. Lined it through the hole at shortstop for the Travs' 6th base hit. Now it's Greg Porter coming up to the plate. Porter flied out to center field in his 2nd inning at bat, and he's 0 for 1. Rundles comes set, gets a good look at Wilson, and he throws to Porter. A fastball outside, ball 1. On the Southwest Airlines Texas League scoreboard, San Antonio leading Corpus Christi 2-0. Bottom of the 3rd at Whataburger Field. Justin Ruxy, a home run for the Missions, his 3rd. 1-1 pitch. Porter swings and misses. That was a 1-0 pitch, pardon me. Now it's 1-1 on a curveball. Corpus Christi already cinching the Texas League South Division by virtue of Midland's 3-1 win earlier today at Frisco. Rundles ready. And the left-hander's pitch to Porter. Swing and a miss. Very far away from that curveball. Porter put the home run cut on it. Didn't get the home run pitch. Count 1-2. Midland's 3-1 win at Frisco was the 2nd straight 1-2 delivery. Popped it out of play. David Bradley got the win. His record 4-6. Save went to Marcus McBeth at fourth. 1-2 to Porter. Backs away from a curveball, and it is inside, 2-2. Tulsa shut out Wichita 4-0 this morning. Well, this afternoon. They started at 12:30. Ubaldo Jimenez becoming the first Texas League pitcher to get 8 wins. 2-2 pitch. Low and outside on the Rundles slider. A good eye by Porter. That was a pitch that he had missed badly earlier in this at-bat. Will Wilson run on the 3-2? He does. The pitch is hit in the air towards right field and deep. Evans back to the warning track. He makes the catch. Winds up and fires to first. Wilson slides ahead of the throw and is safe at first base. Porter got a hold of that one, hit it on the screws, but didn't get it high enough in the air. And he is out for the second time, 0 for 2. Now David Gates will come up. Jimenez with the victory. For the Tulsa Drillers, and there's a good bet that we'll see Ubaldo Jimenez start the Texas League All-Star game for the North squad. When the All-Stars come to Raywinder Field on Tuesday for the 2006 Texas League All-Star game. Tickets still available. $8 all ages for box seats, $6 in the general admission seats for adults, $3 in the GA seats for kids 14 and under. John Kruk will throw out the first pitch and MC the Nuttiest Peanuts throwing contest and the Reese's Really Nuts Nuttiest Fan contest. Gates stands in. Rundles goes to a curveball and misses low and outside, ball 1. 1-1 is the score here in the top of the fourth. Travs and Cardinals traded runs in the third. Gates batted in the second inning and ripped a double down the third base line. Now he's got Wilson at first base, and here's the 1-0 pitch. He takes it, and it's inside, ball 2, 2-0. Starting in place of Jason Espino today. Espino's had success against Rundles. The 2-0 to Gates. Swinging a hard ground ball. Scooped up at third and dropped now by Washington. That cost him a double play. But his throw to first will retire Gates for the second out while Wilson advances on the play to second base. Washington had a double play. Taylor made. He took one step toward second base on that hard ground ball by Gates. Reached down for it, fielded it cleanly, but as he brought the ball towards his body, it popped out. So Eric Rodlin has another chance to put the Travs ahead, albeit this time to break a 1-1 tie. The pitch, the slider up high, ball 1. When Rodlin batted in the second inning, he had men at second and third and 2 outs, and hit a solid line drive off of the pitcher, and Rundles deflected it to the second baseman Hoffpauir for the out. The 1-0. Inside, ball 2. Almost hit Rodlin on his belt. A 2-0 count on Eric Rodlin. Dwayne Bacon on deck. Rodlin, only one hit in this series, but he's hit the ball well enough to at least collect 4 or 5. They break through here. The 2-0 pitch. Check swing on a slider. And a strike on the outside corner sent the home plate umpire Jeff Macias. Second baseman Hoffpauir, 2 shades to right. The rest of the infielders are playing normal depth. The 2-1 pitch. Outside for ball 3. Cardinals outfield shades towards the left a little bit, with right fielder Evans giving the entire right field corner. They've been doing that all series long against Arkansas batters, giving that 330 marker down the right field line. And the 3-1 to Rodlin. Swing and a miss on a curveball, strike 2. Three balls, 2 strikes on Rodlin. Bobby Wilson is free to roam at second base. decent lead. Here's the payoff. A swing and a bouncing ball fair down the first base line. Eric Rodlin drives in Bobby Wilson for a 2-1 lead, and Rodlin skirting into second base. The throw from Terry Evans in time for the final out of the inning. Evans, a fine job tracking that ball down before it could get to the warning track, and he wheeled around and threw out Rodlin at second base 9-6. But Rodlin's single will give the Travelers a 2-1 lead. Arkansas here in the fourth inning, 1 run, 2 base hits, no errors, and nobody left. Heading into the bottom of the fourth, it's the Travelers 2 and the Cardinals 1. This is Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Get out today and hit the links. Stone Lakes. Stone Lakes Golf Course is rated as one of the best public courses in the state. Sporting beautiful bent grass greens, plus lush fairways and tees. Stone Lakes has matured over the past 3 years into a true test of golf. Stone Lakes features reasonable green speed and 18 lake-style holes located 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes or visit online at stonelakes.net.
Leading the way and supporting the troops.
Yet opposing the war.
Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
Heading into the bottom of the fourth inning here at Hammons Field, the Travelers take the lead 2-1 on the Eric Rodlin RBI single. Terry Evans showcasing a pretty strong throwing arm with a perfect peg at second base. So here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Terry Evans leads off. And Nick Green starts him with a curveball for strike one. Evans has shown himself to be a first pitch fastball hitter. The 0-1 pitch, swings and misses at the changeup 0-2. Evans struck out in the first inning. On 3 pitches, Green finished him off with a fastball, and he gets ahead 0-2 again. And Evans backs out of the batter's box. Hands back into the plate, and here's the 0-2 from Green. Swinging a drive to deep left field. Terry Evans has hit an 0-2 fastball way out of the ballpark to tie the game with his 5th home run of the series. That's the same pitch that Green struck him out on in the first inning. This time Evans was ready for it. Turning on a belt-high fastball and drilling it over the Arkansas bullpen to the train tracks down below in the valley. Evans is the first minor league player to hit 20 home runs this year, and that was his 20th. Pitch to Josh Presley is low, and it gets behind the catcher for ball 1. Evans had hit 15 home runs in the Florida State League, and that was his 5th in the Texas League. Here's the 1-0 to the left-hander. And Presley hits a high fly, short into left field, close to the foul line. It's Matt Brown straddling the line and making the catch about 10 feet out there for out number 1. Presley 0 for 2. So Evans has now driven in 12 runs in this series. And just where Green thought he had him where he wanted him, apparently, the prognosis was wrong. So teams have traded runs now in 2 straight innings. Cardinals having to answer Arkansas in the 3rd and the 4th, but this bottom of the 4th not yet complete, only 1 away. And Nick Stavinoha batting. Pitch to Stavinoha outside for ball 1. Stavinoha and Green battled to a 9-pitch sequence in the 2nd inning, and Green won with a fly out to center. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball high, 2-0. Home run off Green is the third he's given up. He's allowed one homer in all 3 starts. The 2-0 pitch. Swinging a foul back. Stavinoha seems to be a little bit late on fastballs recently. And unable to get his powerful arms extended. 2-1 the count on Stavinoha. Dan Moylan is on deck. Stavinoha has hit 3 homers this year. Only 1 since the month of April was over. Pitch fired down the middle by Green, and Stavinoha stares. It's a 2-2 count now. Green kicks. Pitch to Stavinoha, a little high. Full count on Stavinoha. Nobody on. 1 man out, and Green trying for strikeout number 6. The payoff. Swinging a foul. Hop up back this way. It'll scratch the top of the roof on its way back towards the concourse level, and it's still 3-2. Green had allowed 9 homers in 11 games in the California League, so there might be a little bit of a weakness for Nick Green, allowing the long ball. Another 3-2 pitch, and another high fly ball. This one is straightaway center. Dwayne Bacon circles underneath it at the warning track. He makes the catch, and that's out number 2. However, Stavinoha hit the ball not quite straightaway center, a few feet towards left center. You'd have to hit it 400 feet to center field to get it out. Evans hit that ball a good 380, 390. Might have gotten it over 400 feet, but it went to left center. Dimensions here at Hammond Field favor the batters. 315 to the left field corner, 330 to the right field corner. Dan Moylan, the batter, and a fastball for a strike on the outside corner from Green. 0-1. Moylan struck out in the second inning and is 0 for 3 in the series. The pitch from Green inside to Moylan. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-2 score now here in the bottom of the 4th on the Terry Evans leadoff homer. 1-1 pitch in the dirt, ball 2. Only game the Cardinals haven't homered in this series yesterday. It's Evans' home run, the 10th that they've hit in the series. The 2-1 pitch is pulled on the ground to first base. Greg Porter goes down on the knee to pick it up, takes it for an unassisted putout, and that'll end the 4th inning. So the Travelers here in the 4th allow the 1 run on the Evans leadoff homer. That's the only run and the only hit for the Cardinals. Taking us into the top of the 5th, we are tied 2-2 on Air America Little Rock 1380 KTXE.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Coming into the top of the 5th inning here at Hammond Field, the Travelers 2, the Cardinals 2. Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. Cardinals winners of their last 5 games. The Travelers have lost 6 in a row. Springfield getting set for what will prove to be a very exciting weekend of baseball against the Tulsa Drillers, which will decide the first half division crown in the North. That'll start tomorrow at 7:10. Dwayne Bacon leads off in the 5th inning against Rich Rundles. We go to the top of the order for the 3rd time, and Bacon pulls a ground ball to shortstop on 1 pitch. Mike McCoy will sidearm whip it across and retires Bacon. So Bacon is 0 for 3, seeing just 4 pitches. And really hasn't been taking any pitches today. The Travelers' plan of attack against Rich Rundles has been swinging early in the count. It's worked to the tune of 2 runs on 7 base hits. Devin Day scored the first Traveler run after reaching with 1 out, lining a single into right field. He would move to 3rd base on Brandon Wood's fielder's choice, which was thrown away by Rico Washington for an error. Pitched to Day inside, ball 1. And Matt Brown doubled Day home to give the Travelers a 1-0 lead. But the Cardinals have answered each time Arkansas has scored, trading runs in the 3rd and the 4th. Wind up, and the 0-1 to Day is up high, 1 ball. Pardon me, that should be a 2-0 count. Scoreboard operator here at Springfield needs to find a new job. Rundles hands over the head, and the next pitch. Down low. The count 3 balls, no strikes. The scoreboard says 2-1. Rundles hasn't walked anybody. And now he has. As the 3-0 is low and inside, ball 4. And everyone here at Hammond Field is wondering how come that guy is jogging to first base. On what was ball 3? Well, that was ball 4. Now Brandon Wood comes up. As Day reaches base for the 2nd time. Wood singled in the 1st. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning when his ground ball was thrown away by Rico Washington. The pitch, and Wood will take inside, jumping away. Ball 1. Moylan walks the ball out to the mound, and will head talk for just a moment. The 2-2 score here in the top of the 5th inning. Moylan back behind the plate. Day leads away from first. Richardson holding him on a step in front. And the left-hander deals to Wood a 1-0. Low and outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Wood, who's going to be followed by Matt Brown. Brown getting some good swings today on Rich Rundles, after collecting just 2 hits in the loss yesterday. The 2-0 to Wood. A swing and a little bouncer foul off the tip of the bat. And he went after a change-up that Rundles wanted Wood to go after on a 2-0 pitch, expecting the fastball, and instead the string was pulled. 2-1 on Wood. Left fielder Stavinoha plays deep and towards the corner. Rundles steps off, looking Day back into first base. Center fielder Gorecki a few shades towards left. And Evans playing in the right field gap. There's about 150 feet of room for Wood in the right field corner. Here's the 2-1. Low and inside, ball 3. Tried that curveball, and it was nowhere near the plate. So with Evans giving that gap, into that gap, that gives you an idea of how the Cardinals expect to pitch to Wood. They're coming inside on it. 3-1. Swing and a foul back. Three balls, 2 strikes on Wood. Rundles has been very careful not to put pitches right down the middle to Brandon Wood. Will Day run on the payoff? We'll see. The stretch. And the kick, he'll stay. The pitch is hit in the air towards center field, very deep, a line drive. Gorecki at the wall, leaping off the glove, hits the warning track, bounces in front of him. Day will round third base. Mike McCoy takes a cutoff throw and holds. Wood into second with a stand-up double. Devin Day scores from first base to give the Travs a 3-2 lead. Gorecki has made a number of fine catches this series against the Travs. He is outstanding going on balls behind him. Was unable to come up with that ball, and he did get a glove on it. Could not bring it in. So the double for Wood, his league-leading 25th. RBI number 45, and here comes Matt Brown. Brown put the Travs in front of the third inning with a double. And now with him leading by a run, he'll try to tack on another. The pitch is hit towards center, falling in, a base hit. Here comes Wood around third. Gorecki fires towards the plate. The throw too high. Airmailed over the catcher. Wood has scored, and Brown goes to second base on the throw. 4-2 Travelers, with Brown knocking in his second of the night. Well, Gorecki showed a pretty strong throwing arm. Problem was, the throw was about 10 feet above the catcher's head. And Matt Brown showing a nose for the RBI today. He hadn't knocked in a run this series. And then in consecutive at-bats, he's collected 2 RBIs. So the Travelers have collected 4 runs on 9 base hits against Rich Rundles after scoring nothing on just 2 base hits yesterday. And there goes Blaze Ilsley out to the hill. Cardinal pitching coach speaking with Rich Rundles. Chris Russ stands up in the Cardinal bullpen and begins to warm up. Well, Rundles has been pitching very well in his previous 2 starts. He had allowed only 4 runs in 17 innings, beating Frisco 8-1 with his first complete game of the year, allowing only 8 hits in 9 innings and giving up 1 run. Last time out against Wichita, Rundles beat the Wranglers 5-3, going 8 innings. But today, he's having trouble getting through 5. Here's Matt Pauley. 0 for 2, Pauley is. He is popped up and struck out. Brown with a big lead at second. The pitch to Pauley is a curveball low. 1 ball, no strikes. Pauley's only RBI this series came in a solo homer Sunday afternoon. The shortstop McCoy is the closest to Brown. He's still playing off the bag a good 15 feet. The 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball 2. Rundles has not been able to establish his fastball today, and so his secondary pitches have not been as effective. Here's a 2-0. Pauley takes a slider for strike 1. Hit it on the outside corner. 2-1 on Pauley. Four runs on 9 hits for the Travs. The Cardinals 2 runs on 5 hits. Chance for a 3-run lead if Pauley collects a single. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Rundles throws a variety of breaking balls at different speeds. That was his slower slider, more of a slurve. He doesn't have your typical overhand curveball. More or less everything he throws is a variety on a slider or a slurve. Stretch. Check of Brown. And the 2-2 to Pauley, swinging a high fly foul down the right side. That'll go out of play into the 17th or 20th row. Lights are up, taking their full effect here at Hammond Field. Very comfortable evening here in the middle of June. Does not feel like summer is coming upon us. Back to the stretch, Rundles. Another check of Brown. And McCoy comes in behind Brown. Rundles lifts the leg and holds onto the ball. Brown taking a large lead at second base, no matter if McCoy is close to him or not. McCoy's going to stay pretty close to Brown at the moment. He's just a couple of feet behind the runner. Now the 2-2 to Pauley. Swing, a ground ball up the middle. McCoy will play it behind second base. Crow hop and fire to get the out. Hawley is out number 2. And Brown advances on the play. Now it's Bobby Wilson coming up. Travelers leading by 2 runs, 4-2. Brandon Wood, the go-ahead hit. RBI double, scoring Devin Day, who walked with 1 out. Then Brown singled to center, brought home Wood. Brown advancing to second on the throw. Goes to third on the ground out. And now Wilson has a chance. Pitch to Bobby. Swinging a foul at the plate, strike 1. Wilson has 2 singles in 2 chances versus Rundles. Both of them hard ground balls, one up the middle and the other into left. Wilson, 2 RBIs in the series. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A swing and a bouncing ball to the hole at short. Backhand by McCoy. Long throw. Got him. Wilson thought that Richardson's foot was off the base. So did Case Johnson. First base umpire John Brammer makes the call. And the Travelers will settle for 2 runs here in the 5th inning. A spectacular play by Mike McCoy, keeping them from scoring a third. 2 runs on 2 hits with 1 man left. The Travelers take a 4-2 lead into the bottom of the 5th inning on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KZXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use direct. AgPro knows your patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
In the bottom of the 5th inning, the Cardinals have the 9-batter, Jarrett Hoffpauir, leading off against Nick Green. Green allowing a run on the 3rd and a run on the 4th. But now the Travs have given him a 2-run lead to work with, and he'll fire the first pitch of the inning for a strike to Hoffpauir with a fastball over the outside corner. Hoffpauir 0 for 1 with a fly out in the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he goes after a changeup and pulls it foul, bouncing off the railing in front of the third base dugout. 0-2 on Hoffpauir. Green allowing runs on a 2-out single by Juan Richardson and a leadoff homer from Terry Evans in the 4th. Green has looked pretty strong. 4 innings, 5 hits, struck out 5, has not walked a batter. The 0-2 to Hoffpauir is a curve low, ball 1. Hoffpauir followed by the top of the order, Mike McCoy on deck, and then Reid Gorecki. Here's the leg kick by the tall righty. The pitch to Hoffpauir, golfed over first, but foul, slicing into the first row of the box seat. Travs scoring once in the 3rd, once in the 4th, and twice in the 5th inning. Would have had a 3rd run had McCoy not made that long throw, getting Wilson by a half step at first. The 1-2 pitch, a swing and a hard shot, foul outside the third base line. Keith Johnson, who gets very animated on plays that he disagrees with on umpires, seemed to remember what had happened after he had been suspended last month. He wanted to continue arguing, but looked like Keith took a deep breath after thinking about it for a minute and then brought Bobby Wilson back into the dugout with him. Green waiting for that foul ball to be recovered by a Springfield employee. And then a ball got loose from some kids playing in the berm. So Green back to work now with a 1-2 pitch coming to Hoffpauir. And here it is. Popped it up. It'll go into shallow center field. Devin Day out of there from shortstop, but Dwayne Bacon comes in and calls off the infielders. Bacon makes the catch, and there's one out. Hoffpauir is 0 for 2. Green has handled the bottom 4 batters in the Cardinals order very well. 6 through 9 batters are combined 0 for 8. However, the top 5 hitters, where the offense has come from the Cardinals today, with all 5 base hits. Mike McCoy is 1 for 2. And McCoy stands in with 1 out and nobody on base. Same situation McCoy had when he singled in the 3rd inning. Here's a pitch. And it's an inside corner called strike, 0-1. McCoy singled to center in the 3rd, worked to second on a balk, and scored on Juan Richardson's 2-out single. The 0-1 from Green, fastball down the middle of the plate, and it caught McCoy by surprise, 0-2. Green kicks, rears back. The pitch, a curve in the dirt. McCoy able to hold back with a check swing. Now the 1-2 pitch. McCoy swings, line drive to center. Bacon going back. He's there. He's got it. And that's the 2nd out. Well hit ball by McCoy, but he's 1 for 3. Now, the only batter that Green has handled twice of the top 5 hitters in the Cardinals order, Reid Gorecki, comes up to the plate. Gorecki, who was on base 4 times yesterday with 4 bases on balls, has been caught looking twice by Green tonight. Caught him looking in the 1st and the 3rd inning. Here's a pitch, and Gorecki will take high and outside, ball 1. 2 outs and nobody on. Green has set down 5 batters in order. The pitch. Gorecki swings late and fouls it to the net. 1-1. The last Cardinal to reach, Harry Evans, led off the 4th with a home run to left field. Measured 455 feet. Here's the 1-1 to Gorecki. A swing and a tip at the plate. Strike 2. But Green is now pitching ahead in the count, as he did to Evans, who has left an 0-2 fastball hanging. Looking very strong. The 1-2 pitch is the changeup, and Gorecki able to lay off as it skips to the plate. 2-2. Green lifts away. The 2-2 is low, ball 3. A couple of the infielders took steps towards the dugout on a borderline call. 3-2 count. And here's the windup and the payoff pitch. Gorecki will take ball 4. A close pitch. And Gorecki takes the first walk from Nick Green tonight. A 2-out free pass in the 5th inning to bring up Juan Richardson. Well, that was a big pitch for Green. Richardson has hit him twice for singles, including a 10-pitch sequence in the 3rd inning, where Richardson grounded a single to center that scored a tying run. And here's Richardson representing the tying run now, with Arkansas leading by a pair, 4-2. Green will stretch and deliver a fastball to get ahead with strike 1 on the inside corner. Richardson taps the bat on the plate, now to both corners. The target goes to the outside corner. The pitch is hit hard up the middle. Day scoops it up, sliding for the ball, tries to underhand to second. They get the force out as Gorecki slides just late into second base. Rodlin there for the force out. That'll end the 5th inning as the fielder's choice to shortstop strands a man. No runs for the Cardinals, no base hits, and 1 man left. Heading into the 6th inning, the Travelers 4 and the Cardinals 2. You're listening to Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lip-hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travelers looking to add to the lead here in the 6th inning, 4-2 Arkansas. And now Chris Russ has come out of the Cardinal bullpen and takes over for Rich Rundles. Rundles goes the first 5 innings for the Cardinals, surrendering 9 hits. 4 runs, only 2 of those runs are earned to Rundles. 3 of the runs earned to Rundles because of an error by Rico Washington in the 3rd inning. Rundles walked 1 batter, struck out 2. And his 5-inning performance, shortest performance since May 29th. Chris Russ takes it from here, a 5'11" right-hander from Comfort, Texas. Russ has been in the bullpen all season for Springfield, pitching in 23 games, posting a record of 3-2 and a 5.22 earned run average. This will be the Travs' first look at Russ during this series. In fact, he hasn't pitched in 6 days. Leading things off for the Travs in the 6th inning is Greg Porter. Porter was 0 for 2 against Rundles. Hit the ball hard in the 4th inning, lining out to the right field warning track, followed by David Gates and Eric Rodlin. Travs have scored in each of the last 3 innings. See if they can make it 4 innings in a row with 1 run and lead. Righty Russ ready to face the left-handed first baseman for the Travelers. Porter into the plate, and the pitch is a fastball for strike 1 at the knee. Check the Texas League scoreboard this inning. Midland, a winner today at Frisco. The Rockhounds beating the Rough Riders by a final of 3-1. Here's the 0-1 to Porter. Fastball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. With Midland's win, Corpus Christi clinches the first half pennant in the South Division. Tulsa shut out Wichita 4-0 today. Here's the 1-1. And Porter will take a fastball a little off the inside corner. Ball 2. Baldo Jimenez took a no-hitter into the 6th inning. And the driller right-hander left after the 6th, striking out 6 batters and giving up only 1 hit. His 8th win of the year. 2-1 is wide to Porter. Ball 3. 3-1. San Antonio leads at Corpus Christi 2-0 in the 6th. Here's the stretch by Russ. And his 3-1 swung on, line deep to right field. Evans back to the wall. He'll let it go over his head and plays it perfectly. He'll fire to second, keeping Porter with a leadoff single. So the second time now that Porter has lined to right field, but this time got it over Evans' head. And it's the first base hit of the game for Greg Porter, and the Travelers collect their 10th. The Travs had only 22 hits all series in the first 4 games. Just about half that total at the moment in just 5 innings today. To the number 8 hitter, David Gates. Gates 1 for 2 with a second inning double, ripped past third, and he chopped out to third base last time up. Ross Ratty, his pitch, swing and a foul tip, strike 1. The Cardinals a half a game behind Tulsa for first place in the North. If the Travelers win this game, it'll set up that next 4-game series where if the Drillers split the series, then Tulsa wins the first half. But if the Cardinals come back and win this one, then the Drillers would need to win 3 of 4 to win the first half title. Russ at the belt with an 0-1 count to Gates. And here's the pitch. Very high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Checking Major League scores. Final at Cincinnati where Adam Dunn hit a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 11th inning, giving the Reds a 3-0 shutout win against the Milwaukee Brewers. He hit that off of Danny Cole while Chris Hammond got the win. The 1-1 pitch. Gates pops it up. That'll stay in play. Foul grounds, a foot on the right side of the first base foul line. Juan Richardson makes the catch for out number 1. One other final score coming from Yankee Stadium where the Yankees beat Cleveland 6-1. Randy Johnson went 6 in the 3rd innings for the win and struck out 6. Johnny Damon and Andy Phillips each going deep for the winning Yankees. Jason Johnson loses the battles of Johnson and takes the loss. Here's a pitch with Porter running. Eric Rodlin chops fair down the right side. It goes to the outfield where Evans comes over to the foul line and barehands it, flipping to the second baseman Hoffpauir. He turns to the infield and holds onto the ball. Porter at third base and Rodlin into second with his second base hit of the night. So the hit and run works perfectly. Not your tailor-made hit and run grounder as Rodlin pulled it past Richardson, who was holding Porter on. He was off the line by about 2 steps. That's the way that the Cardinals usually have their first baseman holding runner on base. A couple of steps off the bag so that he can get into the second base hole quickly, but that left a hole open on the other side, right at first base. So Dwayne Bacon comes to the plate, and the Cardinals bring the infield in about halfway with Porter at third and Rodlin at second. They'll try for the out at home. Second baseman Hoffpauir, the deepest on the infield. He's 1 step behind his baseline, and the other infielders even with the bases. Here's a pitch, and Bacon will take a strike on the inside corner. Wayne flips over to the other side, batting left hand now. He was 0 for 3 against the starter Rundles with 3 groundouts in just 4 pitches. And now Bacon trying to get some air under the ball and extend a current 4-2 Travs lead. Russ comes set, checks the runner. And here's the 1-0. Bacon takes outside. That was an 0-1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike on Dwayne Bacon. Bacon has driven in 18 runs this year. He has no RBIs on this road trip. Out of stretch. Russ with a deep breath, and he steps off. Russ coming in here in the 6th inning and getting into immediate trouble. Porter singles off the right field wall, and after Gates fouls out, Rodlin doubles. And now Russ taking a lot of time between pitches. Finds when he likes. Moreland's target going on the outside corner. The pitch to Bacon. A pitch out. Nothing doing. They thought a suicide squeeze was coming. Bacon is a decent bunt artist. May have been a good call by the Cardinals. Mike Boykin has said he'll use the suicide a few times this year. Cardinals used it earlier this series. 2-1 pitch. Ball 3, low and inside. Devin Day is on deck. He'd love a chance with the bases loaded. Russ has walked only 9 batters this year in 30 innings. The stretch and the 3-1 pitch. Bacon swings, turns on it, line drive, base hit to right field. Porter scores. Rodlin holds it third as the throw comes all the way through to the plate. It's just a 1-run single for Bacon, but that'll make it 5-2. RBI number 19 for Dwayne Bacon. That's 3 base hits here in the 6th. All of them very solidly hit. Not a cheap base hit amongst them. So Russ, again, hasn't pitched in 6 days, getting hit hard. And it seems the Cardinals will get another right-hander warming up in the bullpen. Blaze Ilsley will go out to talk with his pitcher once again. So that'll give us some time for some more scores across the major leagues. On the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard, bottom of the 5th at Philadelphia, the Mets are leading by a 7-2 score. Mets have won 6 in a row. They're in front of the Phillies by 7.5 games and starting to really run away with things in the NL East. Pirates have a 9-7 lead against the Cardinals in the top of the 9th inning with 1 more out to go. Mike González has come on to try to save it, and he's facing Scott Rowland, who's already homered today. Jose Castillo, a home run for the Bucks, his 10th. Marlins tied the Braves with 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. 5-5 score. Former Brave Wes Helms with 2 home runs for the Fish. Marcus Giles and Jeff Francoeur have homered for the Braves. Colorado 13, Washington 8, top of the 8th. Jamie Carroll and Garrett Atkins with home runs. Devin Day steps in for the Travs. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Day, a strikeout, a single, and a walk, scoring twice. There goes Bacon running. The pitch inside. Moylan fakes the throw, and Rodlin holding at third base. Steal for Bacon, his league-leading 20th. And now Day has the same situation that Bacon did. Second and third, 1 out, and the infield will play for an out at home. Day has driven in 3 runs this year. His last one came on the solo homer on Saturday night. Here's a stretch by Russ. And the 1-0 pitch. Day takes low, ball 2. Houston has a 5-3 lead at the Cubs. Bottom of the 7th inning. San Francisco gets a home run from Steve Finley in the top of the 1st at Arizona. And the Giants lead 1-0 at the bottom of the 1st. Here's the 2-0. Day a pop-up behind the plate. Moylan giving it a look over to the screen, and he doesn't have room. The ball hit the screen on the other side of the catcher, on the box seat side, and Moylan thought it was going to come down the scrim, and he reached out for the ball, but it just came down the net on the other side. You can't get a glove through the net. So Moylan will walk back out to Chris Russ, and they'll continue to talk. Boy, 1 more inch on the other side of that scrim, and that would have been an out. Moylan did not give up on that ball. 2 balls and a strike on Devin Day. And he's really starting to hit the ball now. Day, 3 hits in his last 6 at-bats. The infield all the way in now. Not on the infield grass, but pretty close to it. The 2-1 pitch. A little scribbler behind the plate, foul. Now it's 2-2. Greg Porter started the inning with a single to right. would go to third on a one-out double by Eric Rodlin. Bacon's base hit to right scored Porter, and then he stole second with Day at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Russ is ready. Here's the kick. Day swings and misses at a high fastball, striking out. 2 outs here in the 6th inning, and Brandon Wood will come up. Matt Brown into the on-deck circle. Moylan looking over to his bench, wondering how they're going to pitch to Wood or if they're going to pitch to him. He's surprised to see an intentional walker to see him pitch around Wood, because Brown on deck also has 2 base hits. Wood stands in 2 for 3 with a double to center, driving a run home last time up. Russ ready, looking at second. Here's the pitch. Wood takes it. Strike 1, a fastball on the inside corner. Russ got ahead with a fastball. See what he goes to next. Here's the 0-1. Low, ball 1. Another fastball, but had some downward motion on it. There's a right-hander getting ready in the Cardinal bullpen with Russ struggling here in his first inning. Justin Garza in the Redbird pen. Runners take the lead, second and third. 2 outs, the 1-1. Wood swings and misses. High fastball again. Russ dialed it up to 96 on the AT&T Yahoo high-speed radar gun. A ball and 2 strikes on Brandon Wood. Russ trying to strand 2 runners who are in scoring position with 1 out. Going up against one of the top run producers in the league. Wood's 45 RBIs place him 4th. Russ ready at the belt. Here's the kick. And the pitch to Wood. Swing and a miss. He chased a high fastball out of the zone, and that'll end the 6th inning. The Travelers do add to the lead with 1 run on 3 base hits. They strand a couple of men in scoring position. Bottom of the 6th on the way, the Travelers 5 and the Cardinals 2. This is Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
An accident involving a large truck can cause a lot of damage. If you're injured, you need a law firm that knows what they're doing. And while facts differ and results vary, we've got a verdict as large as $12.5 million in a single tractor-trailer case. Put this experience on your side. Call us at Gary Eubanks & Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Nick Green ready to go to work in the bottom of the 6th inning, leading by 3 runs now, 5-2. Rico Washington takes the first pitch in the dirt for a ball. Green, 5 innings, scattering 5 hits, walking 1, striking out 5. Both runs are earned. Washington 1 for 2 with a single and a pop-up. Left-hand batter. Here's Green's 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up. And that's been Green's best pitch all night, though he has been effective with his fastball as well. Washington, followed by Terry Evans and Josh Presley. Here's the 1-1, and a swing and a foul at the plate. Strike two. Some action in the Arkansas bullpen with Green over 90 pitches now. Miguel González starts to loosen up. And now the 1-2 pitch comes from Green. And Washington takes it in the dirt, 2-2. Checking American League scores on the Southwest Airlines scoreboard. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays and the Detroit Tigers tied 1-1 in the 11th inning. Tigers forced extras with a run in the ninth. 2-2 pitch. Washington pulls to first. Played behind the back by Porter on the second bounce. Green goes over to the base, and Porter flips in the ball for out number one. So Washington continues to be a little minimized in this series. 1 for 3 today. And here comes Terry Evans, who hit his 5th home run of the series, leading off the 4th inning. Got a final score now from Pittsburgh as the Pirates hold on to defeat the St. Louis Cardinals 9-7. Zach Duke picks up the victory and also had a 2-run hit. Here's a pitch to Evans. He swings and misses at the curveball, strike one. Duke 5 and 6. Sidney Ponson, the losing pitcher, 4 and 2, and Mike González came on for the final out, saving his 12th. 0-1 to Evans, pulled on the ground to the left side and past the diving Matt Brown. For a one-out single, Evans is 2 for 3 today. That's his 11th base hit and 18 chances in the series against Arkansas. Base hit number 6 off of Green, bringing Josh Presley up. Toronto has doubled up Baltimore to the top of the 9th inning, 6-3. 3 home runs for the Jays. Alex Rios at his 15th. Number 17 for Vernon Wells, and Frank Catalanato chipped in with his 5th. Green ready, and the pitch to Presley is right down the middle for strike one. Now Green going into the part of the order where he has dominated, facing the bottom 4, retiring them all 8 times. Presley has struck out and fouled out, and still no hits in the series. 0 for 13. Go to first, Evans back, and never mind the fact that Evans has been a power hitting specialist in this series, but he's also stolen 23 bases in 24 attempts this year between single A and double A. 0-1 pitch to Presley. Swinging a foul back, strike two. Really, this is not a spot for the Cardinals to start running. It's a 3-run Traveler lead, and the Cards may try to play for a bigger inning. Green ahead of Presley, 0-2. He hasn't struck out a batter since the 3rd inning. And here's the pitch. Foul back. Presley got just enough of it to send it over the net. Now a final out of Toronto. The Blue Jays hold on and beat Baltimore 6-3. Vinny Chalk getting the win, his first of the year. B.J. Ryan with save number 16. 0-2 on Presley, and the throw to first. Not in time. Texas Rangers shutting out the White Sox to the top of the 8th inning, 6-0. White Sox have managed only 2 base hits against Vicente Padilla. 0-2 off the outside of the plate, ball one. Boston trails Minnesota 3-1 at the top of the 6th inning. Kubel a home run for the Twins. Crisp has gone deep for the Red Sox. Green, high set position. His pitch under the knees of Presley, 2-2. Seattle and Oakland have just gotten underway. And the Angels and the Royals about to start as well at Angel Stadium. Go to first. And back again is Evans. The score here at Springfield is Arkansas 5, Springfield 2. Bottom of the 6th. Travs took the lead with a 2-run 5th inning to break the 2-2 tie. Brandon Wood with the RBI double for the go-ahead hit. 2-2 pitch. Presley takes ball 3. And he's taken the count from 0-2 to full. Evans has outstanding speed at first. Presley does not run all that well. This is a perfect spot for the hit and run on a full count. Green ready. And he steps off the rubber. Evans goes back to first. Infield is ready for a double play ball. They haven't turned one yet today. There he goes, the pitch, low, ball 4. Just a second walk from Nick. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Nick Stavinoha. First time that one of the 6, 7, 8, or 9 Springfield batters reach base. Ty Boykin has come out of the Arkansas dugout. He looks towards the bullpen to see if González is ready to go. Long, slow walk for Tyrone out to the pitcher's mound. He brings the infield to the mound with him. Well, Traveler fans, we are back in town tomorrow to start a 4-game series against the Wichita Wranglers at 7:10 tomorrow night. Friday, all-star caps to the first 1,000 paid adults, courtesy of Arkansas Federal Credit Union and Comcast. And beach towels to the first 1,000 paid adults on Saturday, courtesy of Mountain Valley Water, Snapple, and KARK. Finish off the first half of the season with a Sunday afternoon game on Father's Day. Fathers and sons play catch on the field, as well as mothers and daughters after the game. If you're an AARP member, get in for free with a valid membership card. Tomorrow through Sunday, and then, of course, the Texas League All-Star game at Raywinder Field on Tuesday, June the 20th. Ty Boykin has made the pitching change. He is going to Miguel González, and so Nick Green goes 5 1/3 innings today. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Talk, surf, watch, go, and save. Do it all and get it all with services from the new AT&T, your world delivered. Take a 60-second break as González starts to warm up. He'll protect a 5-2 Travelers lead in the 6th after this 1-minute break on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Out rather easily, but then Terry Evans singles, and Josh Presley worked the walk after Green had gotten ahead of him 0-2. So there's a sign that Green was tiring, unable to put away Presley after getting ahead with 2 strikes. So Ty Boykin turns to González, 6'1" right-hander from San Fernando, California. Nick Stavinoha, the batter he'll face, and the pitch is in the dirt, but blocked by Bobby Wilson to hold the runners on a 1-0 count. The numbers on González are solid. In 9 games at Arkansas, no decisions, but 2 saves and a .377 earned run average. He inherits Evans at second and Presley at first. Stavinoha has flied out to center field twice. And in the first game of this series, Stavinoha bounced into 2 double plays. Has only 2 base hits in the series, both singles. Hasn't been hitting very well for the last month and a half. The stretch by González. And a look at second. 2 looks. Now the 1-0 pitch. Fastball outside. Ball 2. Miguel last pitch on Sunday in the 11-1 loss The only Trav who did not allow a run, pitching a shutout 8th inning. Count 2-0. And González delivers a fastball for strike 1 at the letters. González has allowed 14 hits and 14 in the 3rd inning. Walking 4, striking out 12. Not an overpowering pitcher. Fastball mid-80s. Here's the 2-1. Stavinoha swings and misses at a curveball. González also throws a variety of breaking pitches, slider, curveball, and a change. He usually throws everything for strikes. But after falling behind Stavinoha, he's evened the count. Runners out to short lead. Rodlin holding at second. The pitch. Fastball caught him looking right on the outside half of the plate, and Stavinoha frozen like a statue. 2 outs in the 6th inning to bring up Dan Moylan. Here's Moylan. Struck out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th against the starter Green. Green giving up 6 hits and 2 walks over 5 1/3 innings, striking out 5. Both runs earned and responsible for the base runner. He can only be the winning pitcher. Oregon in no decision. Green with a record of 1-1. From the stretch, González checks the runners twice and delivers to Moylan a fastball for strike 1. Outfield shifts a little towards left. Gates only about 20 feet off the foul line in average depth left field. Wayne Bacon shallow in center. And Matt Pauley playing to the right field gap. The pitch is pulled on the right side off Greg Porter's glove. It goes to the right field fence, to the first base fence, and his throw to the plate will not be in time as Evans scores from second on the play. It'll be a base hit awarded to Moylan. Porter almost made that play behind the bag. He got a glove on it, deflecting it to the first base railing. Evans scored without much of a problem. Presley advances to third on the play, and Moylan only able to stop at first. So Moylan's first base hit since coming off the disabled list makes it a 5-3 score. Now it's Jarrett Hoffpauir who represents the go-ahead run. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. And the pitch is chopped to the hole at short. Day gives it a chase, gloves it, throws to second. Rodlin's there. And Moylan is forced out 6-4. Cardinals score once here in the 6th inning. 2 base hits, and they strand a couple. 6 innings are in the books as we head into the 7th. It's the Travelers 5 and the Cardinals 3 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safely. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Going into the top of the 7th inning, the Travelers leading by a 5-3 score. Bill Elson with you on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Matt Alderman back at the studio. The Travelers on a 6-game losing streak, trying to drop Springfield into a first-place tie. Trying to drop Springfield into second place by 1 game. The Cardinals at the moment a half game behind Tulsa for first with 4 games remaining following this one. And Arkansas took the lead in the 5th inning. Brandon Wood's RBI double gave them a 3-2 lead. Matt Brown followed with a single to center, scoring Wood, giving it a 4-2 lead. Travs tacked on another run in the 6th on Dwayne Bacon's RBI single, but the Cardinals pushed home a run to the bottom of the 6th off of Nick Green. Dan Moylan's infield hit. Green charged with 3 runs in 5 1/3 innings, all runs earned against him. The Cardinals just made their second pitching change of the night. They're now going to use Justin Garza after Chris Russ was unsuccessful in the 6th inning, allowing 1 run on 3 hits, but could have been a lot worse. Russ gathered himself up after allowing 3 hits to the first 4 batters, and he struck out both Day and Wood to get through the 6th. Matt Brown leads off the 7th against Garza. Brown's had a great night. He's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a double. Garza from the windup. He'll throw a curve in the dirt, and Brown able to hold back with a check swing on ball 1. Justin Garza stands 6'1", weighs 190 pounds, out of Frederick, Oklahoma. Appearance number 12 at Springfield with a 1.96 ERA. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Brown takes a strike at the knee. Garza has worked 18 1/3 innings, allowing 16 hits, 5 runs, 11 walks, while striking out 13. The 1-1 pitch is low and outside, ball 2, 2-1 on Brown. Brown followed by Matt Pauley and Bobby Wilson. There's 4 hits between these 3 players, with Pauley 0 for 3. The 2-1 from Garza. Brown swings and a pop-up down the left side. It'll go into foul territory and into the box seats. Foul ball makes it 2-2. Cardinals starting pitcher Rich Rundles, the pitcher of record, 4 runs in 5 innings. Nick Green, the pitcher of record for Arkansas. 2-2 pitch to Brown. Swings and hits it hard off of first base. Ricochets to Richardson, who flipped to Garza, covering it first for the out. Another case of a lucky bounce for the Springfield Cardinals. That's at least the 2nd or 3rd lucky bounce they've had today. Brown hit a screamer that hit the front of first base. Took a high bounce for Richardson, who let it hit the ground. And Garza, with a heads-up play, covering it first for the 3-1 put-out, although Brown has hit the ball hard 3 times now. Now Matt Pauley will come up. And Pauley is 0 for 3. He's had RBI chances twice. Now the base is empty. We'll see what he can do. Garza kicks the leg and delivers. Pauley will take low and outside, ball 1. Yesterday with the Angels, Jared Weaver picked up his 4th win in his 4th start as Pauley takes a fastball inside. 2-0. Weaver with another 7 strong innings as the Angels beat Kansas City 4-1. Pitches inside to Pauley, and it's 3-0. So Weaver now in 4 starts, 4-0 with a 1.37 ERA. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and that is on the outside corner for a called strike. 3-1. So Weaver actually the first Angel since Bo Belinsky to win his first 4 Major League starts. As Paulie swings at the 3-1 and pops it up past third. Foul territory. The shortstop McCoy calls off Washington to make the catch. And so I believe that was at least over 40 years ago that Belinsky won his first 4 Major League starts. So there's another Traveler Angels tie, which goes a lot further back. Of course, Belinsky was a Traveler from the early 60s. And Weaver, a Traveler from last year, both of them the only Angels ever to win their first 4 Major League starts. Bobby Wilson at the plate. And the pitch low and outside, ball 1. And now the thing is that Weaver will probably be sent back to Salt Lake with Bartolo Colon coming up from AAA after 3 rehab starts. The 1-0 is in the dirt, ball 2 to Wilson. Wilson 2 for 3 with a run scored today. Only time he was retired. Hit a hard grounder to the hole at shortstop, and Mike McCoy made a sparkling play and a long throw for the out. The 2-0. Outside, ball 3, 3-1. So the Angels will go back to the starting rotation, it seems, of Lackey, Santana, Escobar, Weaver, and Colon. 3-0. There's a strike right down the middle. 3-1. Leaving, as they call him, Younger Weaver, or as the guys from Rancho Cucamonga last year know him as, Dream Weaver, back to AAA. 3-1, low, ball 4, and Wilson aboard for the 3rd time with a 2-out walk. There's been some talk that perhaps Jeff Weaver would be put into the Angels bullpen, but the Angels would rather have him as a starting pitcher for now, and he's had 2 decent starts in a row, giving them at least some hope that he'll rebound after a very rough first couple of months. Weaver leading the American League with 9 losses. But now you could expect to see Jared Weaver back up with the Angels at some point this year. Here's a pitch to Greg Porter. Low, ball 1, 1-0. 7th inning, Travelers 5, Cardinals 3. Greg Porter scored the last Arkansas run, leading off the 6th inning with a single off the right field wall. He moved to third on an Eric Rodman double and scored when Dwayne Bacon ripped the base hit to right. The 1-0 pitch. Porter swings, pops it out of play over the press box. And hit the press box and bounced into the second level. And the count 1-1 on Greg Porter. Wilson short lead at first. The pitch to Porter thrown at his shoulder. He turns away from it and didn't get hit. 2-1. Second baseman Hoffpauir deep. Big hole on the right side for Porter as he waves and misses at a 2-1 changeup. And it's 2-2. 2 outs and Wilson at first base. Justin Garza in his first relief inning. Comes set, kicks, steals. Porter swings and misses another changeup. That strikes him out. 7th inning comes to a close. It's the first time in 5 innings the Travelers do not score at least 1 run. Heading into the bottom of the 7th inning, it is the Travelers 5 and the Cardinals 3 on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
I'm an aviation ordnanceman, second class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside, and not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life.
Bush isn't the disease. Bush is a symptom.
Welcome to the cure.
Air America Little Rock. 1380 KDXE. North Little Rock.
Back in downtown Springfield, the Travelers have a 5-3 lead over the Cardinals in the bottom of the 7th inning now. Phil Elson on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Final game of a 9-game road trip, but the Travelers are trying to get out of this trip with 3 wins and kick off the final 4-game series of the first half tomorrow against the Wichita Wranglers. Top of the Cardinals order, Mike McCoy against Miguel González. González came on with 1 out of the 6th inning, allowed 1 base hit and an inherited run to score. And it'll go up against McCoy, who is 1 for 3. Wind up and the pitch to McCoy, and it hits the outside corner for called strike 1. Brown will come up at third a little bit, 1 step in front of the baseline. Devin Day deep at short. Eric Rodlin plays up the middle, and Greg Porter off the first base line by 10 feet. Here's the 0-1. And the fastball to get ahead 0-2. Fastball right down the middle to McCoy. Keep McCoy off the bases. Things get a lot easier. He is a feisty base runner. González ready. He winds, deals, and McCoy stays alive with a high poke pop-up into the box seats at first base. Reid Gorecki on deck, and then Juan Richardson. Richardson's been a tough out with a couple of singles. Here's the 0-2 pitch. McCoy swings, high fly to right field. Paulie has it measured, back a few feet. He makes the catch. That'll bring up Gorecki. Checking that game at Corpus Christi with the Hooks. You don't have to worry about scoreboard watching anymore or even worry about beating San Antonio. Corpus Christi has already clinched the first half title in the South thanks to Midland's victory at Frisco today. San Antonio leading the Hooks 2-0 into the 9th inning. Here's Gorecki, and the pitch is popped out of play. It'll get into the sweet level at first base, strike 1. Gorecki, over his last 8 plate appearances, has walked 5 times, struck out twice, and hit into a double play. The 0-1, a curveball, strike 2. González quickly ahead again with an 0-2 count to the dangerous Reid Gorecki. Now Miggy going for the second out of the inning, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss with a fastball, a 3-pitch strikeout, and Gorecki gets his 3rd strikeout of the night. So 2 very quick outs for González on only 7 pitches. And here comes Juan Richardson. The Cardinals have been sent down in order only once today. That's when Nick Green retired the 6, 7, and 8 batters in the 2nd inning. Here's the first pitch to Richardson. It's a slider and a little high for ball 1. Richardson has singled twice, knocked in a run, and bounced out to short. He's 2 for 3 today. And the 1-0 comes from González. And Richardson fouls it at the plate with a big hack. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield opens up a little bit. Deep all the way around. And here's the 1-1. Swing and a tip, and Wilson squeezes, strike 2. Well, González surprising this Cardinal ball club. The 1-2 pitch to Richardson. Low and outside, a curveball, even for count. Well, Miguel has a very easy, natural pitching motion. Doesn't look like he's working very hard out there. And the ball just seems to come out of his hand pretty quickly. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. On an off-speed pitch, he gets Richardson swinging to end the 7th inning. Gonzalez a 1-2-3 frame to send us into the 8th. And the Travelers have the lead, 5-3 at Springfield. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
He's been a sports anchor on TV. He's reported on games of the Kansas City Chiefs. He hosts NFL postgame shows week after week. But he still hasn't quit his day job. Gordon Docking is the Chief Executive Officer of St. Mary's Hospital in suburban Kansas City. He's distinguished himself nationally as an innovator in healthcare, impacting the design of the hospitals of tomorrow. But before he was CEO, he was a master's degree student at Webster University. Today, he's an achiever in many walks of life. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Here's the wind up pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
7 innings in the scorebook here at Hammond Field, Springfield, Missouri. Travelers 5, the Cardinals 3. And the Trav half of the 8th inning with David Gates coming to the plate against Justin Garza. Garza in his 2nd inning of work allowed just one man to reach in the 7th, a 2-out walk to Bobby Wilson, and he struck out Greg Porter for the final out. A pitch to Gates, he'll swing and miss with a changeup. It seems to be Garza's best offering. An 0-1 count on Gates, who is 1 for 3 with a double, followed by Eric Rodland and Dwayne Bacon. Pitch on the way, and it's a little high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Recapping this game, the Travs got ahead in the 3rd inning. Day, a 1-out single. Moved to 3rd on a throwing error by Rico Washington from Brandon Wood's chopper. Matt Brown with a first of 2 RBI hits. A double past 3rd to score Day for a 1-0 Traveler lead, but the Cardinals would answer in the bottom half. 1-1 is a fastball on the inside corner, strike 2 to Gates. Cardinals tied in the 3rd inning. Mike McCoy a 1-out single. Green balked in the 2nd, and Richardson singled him home. 1-2 pitch. Gates is hit by the pitch, a curveball on his left knee, and he'll take first base. Gates takes that long stride into every pitch he swings at, and even every pitch he doesn't swing at. So when he saw that curveball fluttering towards his knee, he didn't do much to get out of the way. Nor should he have. The 8th time Gates has been hit by a pitch, second only to Jason Espedo on the ball club. Now it's Eric Rodland batting, Gates running. Rodland swings a line drive, base hit to left field. Gates will make the turn at second. The ball comes up into Stavinoha's glove, and he'll throw to second base. First and 3rd on the perfect hit and run by Eric Rodland, who already now has as many base hits in his last 3 at-bats than he had in each of his first 32 at-bats in this road trip. And it's the 2nd time that Rodland has worked a hit and run to perfection. He and Greg Porter did the same thing in the 6th inning. So Rodland was 3 for 32 on this road trip. Now he has hits in his last 3 at-bats. And a meeting on the mound with Blaze Ilsley and the entire Springfield infield. And we'll continue to recap this game. The Cardinals tied it in that bottom of the 3rd. The Travs answered in the top half. Bobby Wilson a leadoff single, and he would score from second base, reaching on David Gates' ground out. Rodland singled him home with a bouncing ball past first. And then the Cardinals answered with Harry Evans' leadoff homer in the fourth inning to tie the game again at 2-2. But the Travs took the lead in the fifth inning, and they haven't relinquished it yet. Day, a one-out walk from Rich Rundles, and then Wood hit a solid double over the center fielder's head, scoring Day for a 3-2 lead. Matt Brown with his second RBI hit. A single to center brought in Wood. And the Travs tacked on another one when Greg Porter singled, moved to third in the sixth inning on Eric Rodland's double. And Dwayne Bacon knocked him in with a base hit to right. The Cardinals tallied the last run of the game in the sixth inning. Green allowed Evans one-out single. Evans would move to second on Presley's walk, and then Green was lifted for Miguel González. And Dan Moylan singled off Porter's glove at first base for the RBI hit. So it's 5-3 Travs, but they're set up here. First and third, no out for Dwayne Bacon. Washington is ready to charge from third base. Here's the pitch. He won't square around. He takes a fastball for strike one. Bacon 1 for 4. He was 0 for 3 against the starter Rundles, batting right-handed. But his single in the sixth inning against a right-hander Russ, so Bacon switched around, and he'll bat left-handed again. Short leads by the runners. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Garza powered a fastball by Bacon for strike two. This is one of the situations that Ty Boykin had talked about on the pregame interview. You get a runner to third base with less than 2 outs, you must score him. And the Travs had a situation like that in the sixth inning after they'd already scored a run. They did not bring a second run in. Here's the 0-2, and it's high, ball one. A matter at this point of making contact. When Bacon singled home Porter in the sixth inning, he then stole second, putting runners at second and third with 1 out, but Devin Day struck out, and so did Brandon Wood against Chris Russ. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. And Garza got another fastball by Bacon for the first out of the eighth inning. And now to the number 2 batter, Devin Day. He's had a very good night, both in the field, where he's been flawless at shortstop, and at the plate, where Day is 1 for 3, reaching with a single, a walk, and scoring 2 of the Travs' 5 runs. Springfield plays for 2 on the infield. And the stretch in the pitch. Fastball, swing, and a tip into the catcher's mitt, strike one. Washington even with the bag at third. Middle infielders, perfect double play depth. Richardson holding on Rodland. Gates a short lead at third base. Garza's 0-1 pitch to Day, swing and a miss. Another fastball, strike two. So Garza just muscling up on fastballs, striking out Bacon and getting ahead of Day with 2 quick strikes. Brandon Wood on deck. The 0-2 to Day, swing and a miss. Throwing out a fastball at his eyes. Strike three. Exactly what you don't want. Strikeouts with runners at third base and less than 2 outs. You had men at first and third and no outs here in the eighth inning, and they have not flinched. In fact, Garza has thrown only 7 pitches to strike out Bacon and Day. And here's Brandon Wood. Wood left runners at second and third when Russ struck him out in the sixth inning. Brandon does have 2 hits and an RBI to his credit tonight. It was the go-ahead RBI with a double to center in the fifth inning. Big hole on the right side for Wood. The pitch, low and away, ball one. A little action in the Cardinal bullpen in the right field corner. Cory Doyne getting ready. Garza, second inning of work, the 1-0. Taken high and going to second base is Rodland. There's no throw. Delayed steal for Rodland. And it's his first steal of the year. 2 balls, no strikes on Wood. And now a base hit should bring home both runs. And they will intentionally walk Wood. They're going to instead pitch to Brown. When you think about it, the way Brown is hit might not be a great idea. Garza completes the intentional walk. Chris Maloney steps out of the Springfield dugout. He's had Doyne warming up for just a couple of minutes, and he's going to go to the extra pitcher in the bullpen. So Garza works an inning and 2/3. Almost got through the jam here in the 8th inning, but he'll leave with the bases loaded, and Matt Brown coming up to the plate. We'll take a 60-second break. For the call to the bullpen, brought to you by the new AT&T. Save a bundle on services from AT&T, like high-speed internet, satellite television, voice services, and wireless. The new AT&T, your world delivered. Here comes Doyne, and here comes the 60-second break with the Travelers leading 5-3 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. In the 8th inning, Matt Brown stands into the plate. He's had a great day. He's 2 for 4 with a double, 2 runs batted in. He's got the bases juiced and a chance to get the Travs ahead by more than the 2 there at the moment. The first pitch is a curve low, ball 1. Cory Doyne, a hard-throwing right-hander. He stands 6'2", weighs 210. A 1.96 ERA. The 1-0 to Brown. Swing and a miss. Got a fastball in the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. We saw Doyne 4 days ago. And he did give up a run. One ball, 1 strike on Brown. The pitch. Fastball, strike 2 call. The Travs had men at first and third and no outs here in the 8th inning. Now have them loaded but haven't scored yet. 1-2 on Brown. Doyne will go for the strikeout. Here's the pitch. Check swing, strike 3 called on the outside corner. And the Travelers make the mistake of leaving the bases loaded in the 8th inning. It's still a 5-3 Travs lead. We'll go to the last of the 8th on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linen, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Travelers 5, Cardinals 3. Travs attempting to knock Springfield to a game back of Tulsa with 4 games left. And the final 4 games of the season for both clubs, Springfield and Tulsa, here at Hammons Field, starting with a 7:10 first pitch tomorrow. Rico Washington leads off. Miguel González delivers a fastball outside. González in his 3rd inning. He has allowed only 1 hit in an inning and 2/3, striking out 2, and he's retired 4 straight batters. Washington had a slow night. He's 1 for 3. Hasn't really had much of a chance to make a difference. Here's the 1-0. He swings and hits a line drive to straightaway center. Dwayne Bacon back and making the catch. 5 feet in front of the warning track for out number 1. There is a little action in the Traveler pen. Rich Thompson getting ready in the bullpen. Ty Boykin had mentioned during the pregame interview that Bob Zimmerman is available today, and he may be called upon for a save situation if the chance comes in the 9th. González now to face Terry Evans. Evans has homered and singled in his last 2 at-bats after striking out in the 1st. González will stretch, kick, and deal, and Evans takes a high changeup for ball 1. Evans scored the last 2 Cardinal runs. His home run leading off the 4th. And he scored in the 6th inning on the Dan Moylan infield hit. The 1-0 pitch, high, ball 2. Josh Presley on deck, then Nick Stavinoha. González delivers. And missed the outside corner with ball 3 on Evans. Now, Evans has been so aggressive, we haven't seen him take a base on balls yet in this series. González kicks with a 3-0, and Evans will take all the way. It's under the knees. Ball 4. A 4-pitch walk from Miguel González to bring up the tying run. Josh Presley has had a tough series, albeit he did knock in the winning run with a pinch hit RBI ground out last night. But in the series, Presley is 0 for 13. He walked last time up. It was the final batter the Green faced before González entered in the 6th inning. They'll stretch and deliver to Presley a fastball for strike 1. The Sox are ordering a double play. González is on. He should get ground balls. Presley doesn't run all that well. At 6'6". The 0-1 pitch. No time called just as González lifted the leg. Middle infielders playing close up the middle for a double play. Porter holding on Evans, who has outstanding speed. Back to the stretch, González. And the 0-1 to Presley. Swing and a bouncer foul. At the first base coach's box, Joe Cunningham makes the stab and flips it over the dugout. Miguel ahead 0-2 on the dangerous Josh Presley. Entered the game batting .271. His average has fallen a good 30 points. Here's the 0-2. A line drive, diving, catch by Matt Brown. He gets up and Evans is back at first base. Matt Brown, parallel with the ground, laying himself out for a short base hit to left field. A spectacular grab by Matt Brown for the second out of the eighth inning. That keeps the tying run from getting on base. Brings up Nick Stavinoha. There have been some outstanding plays this series by Traveler fielders. Jason Espito's made a couple. Well, that one rivals the best of them. Stavinoha 0 for 3. Gonzalez delivers a big curveball and gets ahead with a strike on the outside corner. Stavinoha was the first batter that Gonzalez faced in the sixth inning. Coming on with 2 men on and 1 out, and he caught Stavinoha looking. Now the 0-1 to the right-hander. Very high and outside. Looked like a pitch out, but really no reason to pitch out here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield goes straight away, deeper and right, Pauly. And the infield fans out, and they'll play deep as well. At the belt, Gonzalez lifts the leg and deals. And Stavinoha sends a high fly ball to deep right field. Pauly at the wall. He's got it, and the inning is over. Matt Pauly, not quite all the way up against the fence. Halfway on the warning track, brought that one in. And the eighth inning comes to a close, but whew, a couple of tight ones there. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. We'll go to the ninth inning. Travelers 5, the Cardinals 3. On Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KBXE.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows your patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Into the ninth inning we go here at Hammond Field. The Travelers holding on to a 5-3 lead. The Cardinals leaving the tying run at the plate last inning. Cardinal fans here thought that Stavinoha had driven that high fly out of the ballpark, and it looked like it had a shot off the bat. Didn't quite have the gasoline inside the tank to get out of here. So the Travs will try to tack on some insurance here in the top of the ninth inning. They haven't scored the last 2 frames after scoring 4 consecutive innings starting at the third. Matt Pauly leads off after catching the final out of the eighth inning. He's 0 for 4, facing Cory Doyne, and the first pitch ripped into right field, giving chase Evans. He makes a leaping catch before the warning track for out number 1. And Pauly will finish 0 for 5. Doyne, in his second inning of work, he's the 4th Cardinal pitcher. Justin Garza went an inning and 2/3, giving up 1 hit and no runs. Doyne came on for the final out, catching Matt Brown looking to leave the bases loaded. Here's Bobby Wilson. Wilson has caught a very nice game and has been on base 3 times with 2 singles and a walk, scoring once. Doyne winds up and deals, and Wilson will take a fastball over the inside corner for strike 1. Doyne's next pitch almost hit Wilson as he looped out of the way of it. Pirouetting out of the way, I should say. 1 ball, 1 strike. Porter on deck as the 1-1 comes, and Wilson looks at strike 2. 91-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside half. Bob Zimmerman is warming up in the Arkansas bullpen. The 1-2 pitch to Wilson. Swing and a fly ball towards right field, straight towards Evans. He's there for out number 2. When the Cardinals bat in the 9th inning, they start with their 8-hitter Dan Moylan scheduled to hit. There are some Cardinals who are ready to come off the bench if necessary. You have a feeling they will stick with Dan Moylan. Then Jarrett Hoffpauir, the 9-hitter. Then you get to the top of the order in McCoy. You don't get to the big bats unless anybody reaches base. Here's Porter, 1 for 4 with a run scored in the 6th inning. And a strikeout his last time. The pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Now, we may see Bobby Zimmerman next inning. Rich Thompson was warming up as Miguel González pitched the 8th. And he is now sat down on the bullpen bench, giving Zimmerman room to warm. The 1-0 is low to Porter, ball 2. 2-0. Zimmerman hasn't appeared in a game since May 4th. He's spent about 5 weeks on the disabled list. The 2-0 pitch. Porter takes a high fastball and a check swing, and it's a 3-0 count. The 3-0 pitch coming to Porter. He'll take all the way. It's high and outside, ball 4. So a 2-out walk puts Porter aboard, and here comes David Gates. Traveler left fielder, doubled in the 2nd, grounded out, fouled out, had been hit by a pitch since. 5 runs on 13 base hits for the Travs today, after going without a run on only 2 base hits in last night's loss. Doyne went to the backside of the rubber, picked up the rosin bag, whipped it on the back of his wrist, dropped it. Now looks in for the sign. Throw to first quickly, and Porter lunges just ahead of the tag of Juan Richardson. Oh, that was a quick move by Cory Doyne, and he caught Porter off guard. Porter only taking a short lead, and the pitch to Gates. Swing and a miss. Had him out in front of a split-fingered pitch, which you see Doyne throw quite a lot. 0-1 the count. And the 0-1 pitch. There's another strike on the inside corner, 0-2. Zimmerman no longer throwing in the bullpen. Now it's Aaron Pullen. So there have been 3 different relievers warming up in the last inning for the Travs. 0-2 pitch to Gates. Fouled straight back. There is the possibility that González could come out for another inning and try for a save that would go 3 2/3. Leaning in is Doyne. Now the stretch, and the 0-2 to Gates. Swing and a miss. He struck him out to end the 9th inning. The Travs go without a run for their final 3 at-bats. So a 5-3 lead will have to do it. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning with the score. The Arkansas Travelers 5 and the Springfield Cardinals 3. Back after this on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Last of the ninth inning, and Miguel González has come out for his 4th inning of work. González has gone 2 2/3 innings, and he'll try to shave a 5-3 game for Nick Green. Dan Moylan leads off, and the first pitch from González, a high strike at the letters. Strike one. Moylan 1 for 3. He knocked in the last Springfield run with their last base hit. A bouncing ball that bounced off Greg Porter's glove at first behind the bag. Here's an 0-1 pitch. Moylan takes strike 2 on the outside corner. González in his 2 2/3 innings has allowed only the 1 hit. He's walked 1, struck out 3, but the last 2 batters of the 8th inning hit it hard against him. Matt Brown, a diving grab of a line drive from Josh Presley. Here's the 0-2. Up high, ball 1. Nick Stavinoha's drive to right was caught at the warning track by Matt Pauley. There will be some action in the pen. It is Bobby Zimmerman getting loose next to Aaron Pullen. So 2 pitchers warming up. The 1-2 delivery. Moylan backs away, and it's inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nick Green in line for the win. It'll be his second at Double-A in 3 starts. The Travelers trying to end a 6-game losing streak and knock Springfield to a game behind first place Tulsa. 2-2 pitch to Moylan. Just off the outside corner by maybe an inch. That was close. A full count to Moylan starting this inning. He'll be followed by Jarrett Hoffpauir and Mike McCoy. Then you get to Reid Gorecki and Juan Richardson. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive to left. Back is Gates. He'll leap, and it's off his glove. Goes to the warning track. Moylan into second base. He's there with a stand-up double. Gates playing shallow. They had him positioned perfectly. He was close to the foul line. Moylan sent it about 10 feet inside the line, but Gates, who was playing shallow, had to go back for the ball. He almost made a spectacular leaping catch at the warning track, but it kicked off the heel of his glove and fell up against the fence. So Moylan's double brings up Jarrett Hoffpauir, and the Cardinals have a tying run at the plate. There will be a pinch hitter. Cory Hoffpauir will pinch hit. Cody Harther, will pinch hit for Hoffpauir here in the 9th inning. Left-hand batter, and the pitch to Harther is outside for ball 1. Harther is having a very rough season, batting only .223 with 5 homers and 20 runs batted in. All lefty, waving the bat back and forth. González 1-0, swinging a foul ball in the air, out of play left side. 1 ball, 1 strike. We have seen Harther just once in this series. He was 0 for 4 on Sunday afternoon and has just 2 hits in his last 28 at-bats. Short lead by Moylan at second base. González gives him a look. Dave backs off. Here's the 1-1. Another foul ball into the Redbird roost over the third base first level. Strike 2 to Harther. Hoffpauir finished 0 for 3. And if the Cardinals somehow tie the game, they'll use Rainer Laya at second base. Nobody out. Tying run at the plate. 5-3 Travelers. González ready. He looks at second, lifts the leg, deals. Fastball outside. 2-2 count. Big gap in left center for Harther. He's usually a gap hitter when he is on, but he hasn't been on since April. The 2-2 pitch. Tapper to shortstop. Devin Day, second bounce, gloves it, winds up, fires, and gets the out with Porter doing those splits at first base. Moylan holding at second, 1 away in the ninth inning to bring up the top of the Cardinal order. Mike McCoy coming up. McCoy today has 1 hit in 4 at-bats, a third inning single to center, and he scored the first Cardinal run. Last 2 times he's lined out to center and fly to right field. González ready. At the belt, he'll kick and deal to McCoy, and he takes a high fastball, and it's 1-0. Now it's just one pitcher warming up in the Traveler bullpen. Earlier it was Aaron Pullen and Bobby Zimmerman. In the moment it just looks like it's Pullen. He has stopped throwing. He's watching the game. The 1-0 pitch to McCoy. High again, ball 2. Miguel had thrown 32 pitches in his 2 2/3 innings. He's thrown 13 pitches here in the ninth to 3 hitters. And he's officially working hard now. And a bear down with a 2-0 count against a pesky hitter in McCoy. And power hitters coming up next. The 2-0 pitch. Swinging a chopper towards third. Played foul by Matt Brown. Bounced off his chest. Rolled into foul territory. And the third base umpire, Jason Blackburn, quickly makes the call. Tough to tell where that ball last hit the ground before it bounced off of Brown's chest. Chris Maloney with a smile on his face of the third base coach's box. Those who know Maloney and have seen him manage before know that if he thinks he got hosed on a call, he's going to let the umpire know. He must have saw something that justified that foul ball call. So it's a 2-1 count to McCoy. The stretch. And the pitch. Swinging a high fly to right field. Paulie is back. Still going back. Makes the catch. 5 feet in front of the warning track. Makes the turn. Fires to the infield. Moylan advances to third on the second out of the ninth inning. And here comes Reid Gorecki. So it's Gorecki, the all-star center fielder for the Cardinals, that now comes to the plate. He is 0 for 3 today, walking once and striking out 3 times. And González struck him out on 3 pitches in the 7th inning. Miguel is trying for a 3 2/3 inning save. He'll go from the windup with a runner at third. And here's the pitch to Gorecki. A swing and a pop-up on the infield. This should do it. Greg Porter is underneath it. On the right side, he's got it. And the Travs end the losing streak at 6. They beat the Cardinals 5-3, and that knocks Springfield to 1 game behind Tulsa, going into the final 4-game series, which will start tomorrow between the now first-place Drillers and the second-place Cardinals. But it's Miguel González who goes 3 2/3 innings for the save. He saves the win for Nick Green, a couple of youngsters who were not on this ball club until 3 weeks ago, combined to hold the Cardinals to 3 runs and 8 base hits. Your final score, the Arkansas Travelers 5 and the Springfield Cardinals 3. The 6-game losing streak is over, and you can put it in the books. High fives and butt slaps for the Travs. That's a well-deserved victory. So they finish the road trip with 3 wins and 6 losses, and it should be a happy bus ride down 65 to the center of the state of Arkansas. We'll take a break, come back with the totals and the recap after this. You've been listening to Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Since 1901, the Arkansas Travelers have been making memories in the natural state, like John Young launching a home run over the Mills Freeway to win the '77 Texas League title. People still talk about the explosive performances of Captain Dynamite or the Travs leadoff batter for the 1976 season, 3'4" Roscoe P. Stidman, and the unbelievable home run heroics of recent Travs Tommy Murphy and Mike Napoli.
And it's a grand slam! Tommy Murphy wins the game with a walk-off grand slam!
Now you, your friends, and family are invited to create some memories of your own as the Travs charge to the 74th and final season at Ray Winter Field.
Double play ends it. The Travs are the East Division champions.
Come share the excitement as the Arkansas Travelers celebrate their history with another winning season. For tickets, call 664-1555 or visit Travs.com.
Henry Morales has hit another ball onto the freeway. Get out of here.
The Arkansas Travelers, still the greatest game on dirt.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. Did you have a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Weird. I mean, I remember eating the wings. Yeah, the wings were good. Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. Do you guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer? I would love a beer.
Next time, try the light beer with the taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
The Travelers beat the Springfield Cardinals tonight by a 5-3 final score, putting end to the thought of getting swept here at Hammons Field and ending a 6-game losing streak. This is the Allstate Insurance post-game report brought to you by Allstate Insurance. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands? Here are the unofficial final totals from Hammons Field. The Arkansas Travelers scored 5 runs on 13 base hits, amid no errors and strand 10 men. The Cardinals today 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, with 6 men left. Winning pitcher Nick Green goes to 2-1 in his 3 starts at AA Arkansas, with Rich Rundles dropping to 5-5 as the losing pitcher. Miguel González saves his 3rd, going the last 3 2/3 innings, allowing only 2 base hits and no runs. 3rd save of the year for Miguel. The only home run hit by Terry Evans is 5th. Ball game took 2 hours, 58 minutes, and the paid attendance was 6,313. To the recap, we'll go here. Devin Day scored the first run of the ball game. A 1-out single in the 3rd inning off Rich Rundles. He would move to 3rd base when Brandon Wood's chopper by 3rd baseman Rico Washington was thrown away trying to start a double play. The ball glanced off Hoffpauir's glove and went into shallow right field, allowing Day to move to 3rd base. But Brandon Wood tried to get into 2nd, and he'd be thrown out. It took Matt Brown's 2-out double ripped past 3rd for a 1-0 Traveler lead. Then the Cardinals tied up in the third inning against Green. One out single by Mike McCoy, and with Reid Gorecki at the plate, Green would balk McCoy to second base, and then Juan Richardson forced a 10-pitch sequence, hit him the 10th pitch on the ground up the middle into center to score McCoy to tie the game 1-1. The Travs came right back in the fourth inning. Wilson, a leadoff single to left field. He would move to second when David Gates' bouncer to third base was dropped by Rico Washington. Washington was able to get Gates at first for the second out, but Eric Rodland smacked the ball past the first baseman Richardson, scoring Wilson easily for a 2-1 lead. Rodland would try to stretch it into a double, but Terry Evans tagged him at second base. So the Travelers' 2-1 lead lasted all of 3 pitches. Evans led off the fourth, falling behind Green 0-2, but Nick tried to sneak a fastball by Evans, and Evans blitzed it over the left field bullpen, and about 455 feet away, Evans' 5th home run of the series tied the game at 2-2. But Green would settle in then, retiring 6 of the next 7 men he faced. Meanwhile, the Travs took the lead for good in the 5th inning. A one-out walk today would bring up Brandon Wood, and Wood comes up with a game-winning hit. A line drive to straightaway center over Gorecki's head for a double. Day would score from first base on the play. Meanwhile, Matt Brown then came up and stroked a single to center, bringing Wood home for a 4-2 Traveler lead. And that would be up to 5-3 in the 6th inning as Rundles was not coming back for the 6th inning. The Cardinals instead brought out Chris Russ. Greg Porter started the inning with a line drive to the right field wall. He'd only get a single out of it. And then after the first out, a hit-and-run play with Rodland bouncing the ball past first again. Richardson couldn't make that play. Porter goes from first to third on the Rodland double. And that set up second and third with one out for Dwayne Bacon. Bacon on a 3-1 pitch turned on a fastball and ripped a line drive into right, scoring Porter with the base hit, giving the Travs a 5-3 lead. Rodland stopped at third on the play. Bacon would steal second, but then Russ struck out Day and Wood, leaving both men in scoring position. The Travs would not score another run the rest of the way, and the Cardinals put on their last run in the 6th. Green got one quick out, getting Washington to bounce out to first base, and then Evans punched a single to the left side of the infield, and Green walked Presley to put the tying run up to the plate. That's where Miguel González came into the ballgame. He caught Nick Stavinoha looking at a fastball, and then Dan Moylan strokes a ground ball to the right side, bouncing off Greg Porter's glove behind first base. The ball went into foul territory at the first base railing. Evans scored from second on the play, while Presley advanced to third. So the tying runs were on base, and Jarrett Hoffpauir came up and chopped to shortstop with Day getting the force out at second 6-4. González would then pitch a perfect 7th inning. Meanwhile, the Travs come back to the plate in the 8th, leave the bases loaded, and González comes back for the 8th. He issues a one-out walk to Terry Evans, bringing up the tying run. Josh Presley would line to third, a diving catch by Matt Brown for the out, and then Nick Stavinoha flies out to the right field track for the final out of the 8th. González came back for the 9th inning and immediately got into trouble when Dan Moylan hit a double off of David Gates' glove over his head in left field. That would bring the tying run to the plate, but the pinch hitter Cody Harther bounced out to shortstop. González got McCoy to fly to right field, and Reid Gorecki pops out for the final out of the ball game, and González with the final 3 2/3 innings saves it for Nick Green and the win for the Arkansas Travelers to snap a 6-game losing streak. With the victory, the Travs are now 22-43, while the Cardinals fall to 37-27. Springfield now 1 full game behind the Tulsa Drillers, heading into the start of the 4-game series with Tulsa entering Springfield tomorrow night with a 7:10 first pitch, and that should be a whale of a series. The Drillers just need to split in order to achieve a 3rd straight first-half division title. The Cardinals will need to win 3 of 4 to get to the playoffs in the first time in their franchise history. Final score again, the Travelers 5, the Cardinals 3. We'll get you all the scores from the Major Leagues and the Texas League next as the Allstate Insurance postgame report rolls along on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because two great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SPC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Hammons Field as the Travelers put the finishing touches on the Springfield Cardinals with a 5-3 win and get out of Springfield with 1 win in 5 games. Phil Elson with you for the Allstate Insurance postgame report. Now we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Arkansas Travelers. Available online at southwest.com. Well, the Wichita Wranglers lost at Tulsa today 4-0. The Drillers get an outstanding start from Ubaldo Jimenez, who did not allow a base hit until the 6th inning. He won his 8th game against his 2 losses, and most certainly should be the All-Star starter in the All-Star game for the North Division squad on Tuesday. Sung Song drops to 4-7 with the loss, and Joe Gaetti of the Drillers hit the only home run of the game, his 7th. So the Drillers win, coupled with the Cardinals' loss, puts Tulsa at 39-27, while the Cardinals at 37-27. And so the Drillers 1 full game ahead of Springfield heading into tomorrow. Over in the South Division, Corpus Christi lost 2-0 to San Antonio, but the Hooks already knew they'd clinched the first half division title by virtue of Midland's 3-1 win at Frisco. David Bradley was the winner for the Rockhounds, his record 4-6. And the save goes to Marcus Macbeth, his 4th. His 2 homers hit. Frisco's all-star first baseman Nate Gold hit his 9th. And Midland's outfielder Travis Buck hit his 4th. That Mission's lead was 2-0 at Corpus Christi, with Ryan Fearben picking up his 3rd win against 5 losses. Josh Miller falling to 7-6. The save goes to Lowe, his 2nd. Justin Rucky, the only home run of the game for the Missions. It was his 3rd. So the Hooks go to 38-27 and 4.5 games ahead of both Frisco and Midland with just 4 games left. There's no room for either of those teams to make up any ground. And so congratulations to the Corpus Christi Hooks, winners of the first half South Division title. They'll host the first 2 games of the West Division playoff on September 6th and September 7th. Over to the major leagues now. These games are final scores. The Cincinnati Reds win in 11 innings over Milwaukee 3-0 with Adam Dunn's 3-run homer the difference, his 23rd of the year. Chris Hammond got the win, and Danny Cole was the losing pitcher. The New York Mets win their 7th straight, defeating Philadelphia 9-3. Aaron Oliver the winner, 3-0. Brett Myers the loser, 4-3. David Wright hit a home run for the Mets, his 13th, while Jimmy Rollins goes deep for the Phillies, his 9th. The Pittsburgh Pirates held on for a 9-7 victory against the St. Louis Cardinals, with Zach Duke picking up a couple of RBIs and winning his 5th game against 6 losses. Sidney Ponson falls to 4-2, and Mike Gonzalez came on for the final out, saving his 12th. Home run for the Cardinal third baseman Scott Rowland, his 8th, and Jose Castillo, the Pirates' second baseman, hit his 10th. Florida beats Atlanta in 10 innings, 6-5. A throwing error by the Braves brings home the winning run in the bottom of the 10th inning. Dennis Tankersley, the winner, 1-0. The loser, Oscar Villarreal, drops to 7-1. Former Brave Wes Helms hit 2 homers for the Marlins. Meanwhile, Atlanta got homers from Jeff Brancourt and Marcus Giles. Colorado shellacks Washington 14-8. Todd Helton, Jamie Carroll, and Garrett Atkins each with home runs. Winning pitcher was Martin, and Bray takes the loss. Chicago Cubs get a strong start from Roy Oswalt in a 5-4 win at Wrigley Field over the Cubs. Oswalt 6-3, just came off the disabled list today. Greg Maddux, the losing pitcher, 7-6, and Brad Lidge saved his 17th of the year. The games currently in progress in the National League, just 2 of them, both out west. San Francisco 5, Arizona 4, top of the 6th inning in Phoenix. Sean Green, a home run for the Diamondbacks, his 5th. Steve Finley has gone deep for the Giants, his 3rd. San Diego, a 3-2 lead over the Dodgers, bottom of the 5th at Petco Park. Willie Ibar, a home run for Los Angeles, his 3rd. And Mark Bellhorn, a home run for the Padres, his 5th. Here are the finals in the American League. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays rally for 4 runs in the 12th inning, and they win at Detroit 5-1. Jorge Cantu hit a 3-run double in the 12th for the difference in that ball game. Brian Meadows got the win. He's 2-1. Todd Jones, the loser, 1-5. The big unit today goes 6 2/3 innings, but got ejected in a game against the Cleveland Indians. The Yankees win it 6-1 with Randy Johnson beating Jason Johnson. The unit is 8-5. The other Johnson 3-7. 2 homers for the Yankees, Johnny Damon and Andy Phillips. The Toronto Blue Jays hit 3 home runs in a 6-3 victory at home against Baltimore. Frank Catalanato, Vernon Wells, and Alex Rios each hit home runs. Vinny Chalk gets the win. B.J. Ryan shaving his 16th. Rodrigo Lopez drops to 4-8 for the Orioles. The Texas Rangers shut out the White Sox 8-0. Vicente Padilla, the winner, 6-4. And Javier Vazquez, the loser, 7-4. Home runs by the Rangers hit by Gary Matthews Jr. and Hank Blaylock. Our last final comes from Minnesota, where the Twins hand the Boston Red Sox an 8-1 loss. Brad Radke, the winner, 5-7. Matt Clement, 5-5 as the losing pitcher. Coco Crisp, a home run for the Bo Sox, his 2nd. Kubel and Morneau, home runs for Minnesota. A couple of games in progress in the American League. Former Traveler first baseman Rob Quinlan hit the first home run of his season. And the Angels have a 3-1 lead against the Royals, top of the 6th inning, and the Halos going for the sweep. Mark Grudzelanek homered for the Royals, his 3rd. Oakland 5, Seattle 1, bottom of the 5th inning at McAfee Coliseum. And those are all the scores, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Arkansas Travelers, and available online at southwest.com. Travs winners today by a 5-3 final over the Springfield Cardinals. And we will wrap things up on the broadcast after this on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Dan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Wrapping things up on the Allstate Insurance postgame report from Hammond Field in Springfield. Travelers 5, the Cardinals 3. There's the final score, and these totals now are official. For Arkansas, 5 runs, 13 hits, no errors, 12 men left. For the Cardinals, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and the Cardinals strand 8. The winning pitcher tonight is Nick Green. Green goes to 2-1 in 3 starts. Rich Rundles suffers the loss, and Bundles or Rundles falls to 5-5. The save goes to Miguel González, his 3rd save of the year. And the longest save for a Traveler pitcher this season by way of innings pitched, 3 2/3 innings for González. 2 hits allowed, 1 walk. He struck out 3. And González now in save attempts has saved saved 3 games in 3 tries. And really looks pretty good as the closer at the moment. The victory puts the Travs to 22-43. The Cardinals dropped to 37-27 in a full game behind the Drillers for first place. And they'll start that 4-game series tomorrow. And if the Drillers win 2 of 4. Tulsa wins the first half. Springfield needs to win 3 of 4 in order to win the first half title. South Division titles already been decided. The Corpus Christi Hooks are the first half champions in the South. Coming up next for the Travelers, first we need to name our BC Powder player of the game. It's going to be Miguel González. And anytime a reliever goes 3 2/3 innings for a save, especially in a ball game that was only a 2-run game, you can get a save going 3 innings in a 10-run game. But here, González had the pressure on him from the moment he entered, and González really seems to pitch very well under pressure. So we'll have an honorable mention for Eric Rodlin, who had 3 hits in his final 3 at-bats of this road trip after starting the trip 3 for 32. And Matt Brown also had a couple of RBIs, a double, a single, and a spectacular diving catch of a line drive in the 8th inning when the Travs needed a standout defensive play. But today it is Miguel González, the BC Powder player of the game. BC Powder is the official pain reliever of the Arkansas Travelers. BC gets into your system fast, and BC goes to work fast. Headaches, backaches, or muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. Next up for the Travs, a 4-game series to wrap up the first half against the Wichita Wranglers, starting tomorrow at Ray Winder Field. You can get a discount general admission by going to your local grocery store, picking up a packet of any Pettigene meat product, preferably the same kind of hot dogs that we have at Ray Winder Field, known as the Jumbo Grillers. Bring the proof of purchase to the ballpark, and you'll get in for $3 per person. Pitching matchup tomorrow night, Daniel Davidson on the mound for Arkansas, the left-hander at 1-6 with a 6.06 ERA. Will try to wrap up a very disappointing first half tomorrow with Wichita sending another left-hander, Neil Musser, to the hill. Musser was bounced around this year, starting with the Diamondbacks AAA affiliate and then going over to the Royals AAA team. He'll be making his 3rd start at AA Wichita. His record 1-0 with a 3.38 ERA. First pitch will be 7:10 at Ray Winder Field. Gates open at 6:10. We'll have our pregame show, the ITT Tech pregame show at 6:50 here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. So that's it from the ballpark in Springfield. A big thanks back to the studios to Matt Alderman and to the folks at minorleaguebaseball.com for getting us on the internet as well. Thank you, fans, for tuning in for our broadcast tonight. Once again, the final score, the Arkansas Travelers 5 and the Springfield Cardinals 3. It's Phil Elson saying so long. We'll talk baseball again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.